or something, and then you fucking like 6 days later after you do that, you're like, oh, I finally figured out what was missing on that joke.
Right.
And it's like, oh, but like you can go and tell it again. Nobody's telling you can't.
Yeah.
It's just like you can't re-record it. Like it's there forever.
Well, and like, there's no shame in like taking a joke and reusing a joke after you've used it on a special. Truly, I mean, you should not. Probably that's a rule for a reason, but it's also that thing where all rules are meant to be broken. Like I think you could definitely take any joke and workshop it and totally evolve it.
Yeah, my buddy Bill Squire out of Cleveland, he just put out another YouTube special. Go check it out. This naturally happened. But no, he like I talked to him once about it because he was doing this like 10 minutes every week thing for like a few months, or it was like 10 minutes a month, and then he would like put that special out or whatever. And I was like, do you feel weird that you're not going to be able to use that ever again? And he's like, why? Like 100,000 people saw it. Do you think all those 100,000 people know who the fuck I am? There's like so many other people,
right?
So like you can still use it and do it and pull it out, and then like, but like most people haven't seen it. It's only like the fucking arena acts or like theater acts that have people that like religiously come out to see them, where you have to just like, all right, we're gonna do a different one because somebody who saw you 8 months ago will be like, I've already heard these jokes. I've seen every set that you've come to fucking Tacoma for the last 20 years. I know every one of your jokes.
But I don't even think that's necessarily frowned upon by a general audience either. Like I remember I was talking to a member of my family, and they were talking about how one of their favorite comedians, I think it was Ron White, they went to see Ron White, and he was telling a joke that they knew. And so they were just so excited to hear.
Was it tater salad?
I can't.
Come on, you got to know. If
I don't know Ron White too well. I'm not gonna lie.
No, not a blue collar comedy guy.
No, I just never dive deep. I'd probably like it.
No, it's very stupid, and it's one of those like, as much as I like to be like fucking cool artsy comedy guy, like literally the reason I do comedy is because of the blue collar comedy tour. Like,
I mean, I know I ain't a redneck, all right?
But like, you might be a redneck, not I ain't a redneck.
Fool.
So no, you don't know it.
Fool, I don't.
But no, like my dad broke his back and like couldn't work for like 3 months or some shit. And it was like right at the time that like Blue Collar Comedy Tour came out. So like, of course it's on Comedy Central all the time. And I just saw this dude who's like broke as fuck and like has a broken, like had to lay in bed if he wasn't in this back brace, just fucking dying at these stupid assholes on TV. And I'm like, this dude who's got like fucking shit going on right now, just these guys talking can do this?
Yeah.
Like, that's insane to me.
Yeah.
Now he's an asshole now and sucks, but like at that point when you're just like, you can see like just words change somebody's entire outlook of what's going on.
Right.
And it's like, but then there's also the fucking, okay, but fuck these people. Like, they need to know what good is.
Yeah. So is this your origin story? Is this how it all begins for you?
I think so, yeah. It's just like, and I mean, I always liked comedy, you know? And it's one of those like, oh, you just see like, he gets psyched. And like, I'm one of those, I don't know. I went to college for nursing because I wanted to like help people.
My mom is a nurse and she's always begged me to do it. She's like, please.
I couldn't do the classes, dude. I almost failed out of college because of like 15 classes.
Why? What was so bad?
I mean, I had a drinking problem as well. But like,
but that has nothing to do with it.
That has absolutely, today's 6 years of me not being on alcohol as well. So
congratulations.
Oh, thank you. It just like you just stop doing it, you know? And
I haven't drank in about a year now.
That's awesome.
For no particular reason. I just don't think I want to. I've never been particularly attracted to alcohol. I just can't quite explain it.
It's the best.
I've fallen into it, but it's just not the drug of choice for me. I always think about it. Like, I feel like it makes me more like other people, and I'd rather be more like myself.
Okay. So that's like my opposite was like, because I just found out that like a few years ago, I'm 35, and like I found out I had like ADHD when I was like 32, 33. So it's like that like social masking thing that you do.
Yeah.
And that's what drinking was like, oh, now I can just like do things and like be me and then be like, Well, I was hammered, so like whatever. And like that's the biggest difference. Is just like, cool, you can still talk shit, you can still be fun, but like now you just have to own up to it and like apologize a lot.
Right.
And it's just like, not I was hammered. It's like, hey man, sorry, sometimes I get carried away. I'm kind of a dickhead sometimes.
Yeah.
But like a lot of people don't do that.
And
like,
people handle alcohol in different ways too. I mean, I've seen people handle alcohol fantastically.
Sure.
Oh, let's have a party. I've seen people start fights. It's really.
I was a great drunk. Like it's not. It was never like a I mean, I was stupid and I could like be rude, but like
you weren't like Peter Griffin when you could just play the piano and you were savant.
Like I wasn't like starting like physical fights or anything like that. But like it was always like. Somebody said, and I like took it seriously, that like drinking is borrowing happiness from the next day.
Yeah.
So I was like, well, just give me all of this happiness now. Like I got the wrong message from it. I was like, so you're telling me I can put this like happiness on debit and like just never have to pay it back if I don't ever stop? It's just like, fuck yeah, let's go.
But you accumulated all this happiness debt.
Ugh. And then like when you stop, like that's the worst part.
Yeah,
like,
of course. Yeah.
And it's yes, like I didn't have like, I did it just for like a sober October, and then like 3 months later I looked back at it and I was like, oh fuck no. Like it was a problem.
Yeah.
And it like runs in the family, and so like, and it's also like, I don't know, fun. I was telling another buddy that I was like sad I didn't have like a rock bottom, like I have to quit story. And he's like, you probably did. You just kept going like anybody else's. But yeah, I just started with like a sober October. And then like 2 weeks into it, my body just felt better. And I was like, yo, I don't have to, like, if I just don't drink, I can feel this much better.
Yeah.
And I was like, I was like almost 300 pounds. And like, just like, I thought I was like running the world. And then you just like stop and take a beat and you're just like, oh fuck, no. Like, we need to chill.
Yeah, I have a love-hate relationship with THC for that very reason. Because people, I mean, everybody likes to think that THC is this miracle.
My entire life.
Really? Never? Not even once? Wow,
not even
dude.
Once.
You're like a Boy Scout. It's impressive. But yeah, no, because I will never forget when I stopped smoking one time when I had broken up with a girl, and it was like a big breakup for me. We were together for a long time, but I couldn't sleep. And I had like insomnia, and I thought, oh, I have heartbreak. Like it's insomnia from heartbreak.
Sure.
And then I started smoking again, like within the next couple of months. And then the next time I stopped was maybe like 2 years later, and I had the same exact insomnia. It was when I stopped smoking weed the second time. And like I had started, 8th grade.
Sure.
So just from 8th grade onward until that one time I stopped, and then again until that next time I stopped. Like just almost daily or every other day, this type of thing. So it's just a frequent thing. And I will never forget that second time I had the insomnia and making the connection of being like, holy shit. And then I remember finding these videos where people are explaining, like there's shout out, I think it's I know Andrew Huberman, but he's talked with, I think Matt Walker is his name, and Matt Walker is a sleep scientist. I hope I'm not getting his name wrong. And he's just done countless podcasts and things now where he's talked about it. But THC in particular, like it affects your brain in the same way that alcohol does, where it suppresses your sleep. So if you stop smoking, like just cold turkey, stop. You're most likely, unless you're just some type of superhuman, if you're doing it all the time and you stop, within like a week or so, you'll start to experience insomnia where you just lay there and you just can't sleep.
Yeah.
And I've never experienced it before until this time. And I remember I'll be laying there and I'll be waiting, and then I look, oh shit, dude, it's been fucking 50 minutes. I've been laying here for, like, I'll look at the clock. I'm laying there at 1 a.m. All right, I hope I fall asleep.
Sure.
Look again, like, oh, maybe it's been 15 minutes. No, it's been 45 minutes. Like,
you should write a song about it. I don't think anybody's ever written a song about that.
That would be a good concept for a song. That's actually not bad. I actually
it's
like
not.
that.
Like, I don't know. I can't ramble off like 4 or 5 of them right now.
Dude, I mean, you could.
But no, yes, like
you could make it work though. You could like make that. That's a fun idea of like a not like that shitty insomnia song. If you're talking about that shitty insomnia, are you talking about that shitty insomnia song? You are.
Which one is that one?
I'm not even gonna. It's the one that sounds like that other song. Like it stole the beat of dun 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 dun.
I'm sure I know the song. There's no way I don't know the song. Oh yeah, I know that song.
What the fuck is that song called?
Oh yeah. I know what's her. Yes, I got you. I know the song. Yes. Fucking the rapper. Yes, I got you.
Yeah, but then there's the Doechii.
Gautier is the one who did the original.
Yeah, and that's a good song. But the new one I don't like, and that's called Anxiety.
Yes, I like that song.
Yeah, but was that... Maybe I'm just confusing things. No.
But any hoozles, like, I mean, there's 1,000 songs about it.
1,000 songs.
1,000.
But yeah, Insomnia. Oh yeah, that was the song. Not a song about insomnia. That's not. I was thinking that song. It's anxiety, insomnia, oranges. You know what I'm talking about.
There's a clip of Eminem on 60 Minutes, which is like maybe the whitest sentence that's ever been said. And they were talking about like he had a shoebox full of like rhymes that he was going to do, and like they pulled it out and he's like, oh, I might actually use this one, and like so he put it away. But like they were asking him if he doesn't, like if he could like, is anything rhymable? And they're like orange. Everybody says that you can't rhyme with orange. And then he just like goes into this thing. He's like, well, what I would do is I would break it down and like make it like 2 words. Like, so instead of orange, it would be orange. And then like didn't rhyme anything with it. I was like, okay, so what the fuck do we just do here on 60 Minutes? This is the news. And you're just like, yeah, this is how I would do it. And then you didn't do it.
I mean, I understand what Eminem is saying now.
I understand what he's saying, and I get what he's trying to do, but he fumbled at the 1 yard line.
Because I think what it was, like, he's like, you know, an orange, and then I take off the door hinge, I eat some porridge, and I go for storage.
Is that what it is? Like,
and then I'm on the war fringe.
Exact
it's something. I'm not saying it exactly.
I think it might.
It's something like that's how you would do it.
Sure.
I mean, that's how in my rap brain, that's the only thing you can do.
I don't know.
And like it's like okay, silver's another word where it's like, silver, kill her, going for the gold. I'm like Gilbert, Gottfried, you know, Ilser. I mean, I'm like Wilfred, I'm like Wilbert, just like use a bunch of words like that.
Yeah.
You just, but I mean, it's not. You're right. It doesn't technically rhyme.
No, right. And it's like, and I understand.
But it works if you're listening to his song. Like, Eminem's not technically wrong because your brain just kind of accepts it as a rhyme.
Yes, and it goes. And I mean, I love Fall Out Boy.
It's a slant
so I know
rhyme.
more than anything that like lyrics don't mean a single thing, or like the lyrics mean something, but how they're said doesn't mean a goddamn thing.
Yeah.
So yeah, like but it was just very funny. He's just like in front of this news person, and then the guy,
breaking
like,
down rap.
I get he was doing, but like the guy's just like, oh okay, and it's like he didn't do it. And somebody just edited it right.
I'd like to see Eminem break down rap again in 2025. I want to see him come back to 60 Minutes. I would love to see that. Let's get modern Eminem, because that's an older clip now. That's like,
yeah, it was a long time ago.
Yeah,
it was a very long time ago.
I remember seeing that when I was young, like on YouTube. Because again, like
young on YouTube. I remember fucking watching it because my parents were like big 60 Minutes people.
Oh, really? You
and
saw
I
live.
love 60 Minutes.
Wow, good for you, dude.
I don't know if I should get like a medal for it. I don't know if I needed a compliment, but like, thanks.
You're really into this.
I mean, I love the news.
It's a good show. 60 Minutes is a good show. Because I feel like it's a good format, you know, just do one. They do multiple interviews, though. They don't.
It's
always
like
do
3 15-minute stories where they do like a deeper dive into it.
Okay.
And then they'll have like an editorial thing in the back end of it. It used to be this guy who had like real crazy eyebrows reading letters into him.
Yeah.
And I forget what his name is right now, but he's like famous. And it would just be like him, like old man screaming at clouds. Like he was like, I remember there was an episode where he's like, yeah, I refuse to use computers. Like I carry a portable typewriter with me everywhere.
That's totally
It's not reasonable. Just fucking type on a goddamn computer. Like I understand, like AI's the devil. I'm like, I guess maybe that's my that guy take.
I'm surprised he doesn't just write down words with like a pen.
I mean, this was also, he's been dead probably for like 20 years. But like, Still,
It's just old school, bro. He's just old school.
But I mean,
carry around a typewriter everywhere.
Yeah, but also like then you have to like use whiteout and shit. Like,
I kind of like that style. Like, I'm not even gonna lie. Like, if that was a character in a movie, I would like that character. Like, if he's just whipping out a typewriter. I mean, bro, that's like a big dick
in
move.
a movie, but this is not a movie. It's
real life.
This is just that was this guy's job. Like, other people at that company are depending on him to be good at this, and he's like, I refuse to use the thing that makes my job easier.
It's like, what are you gonna do? Fire me?
Yeah.
You need me.
I'm older than fucking television. How are you gonna get rid of me? I guess it makes sense when you think about it, but like, let's not.
Yeah, I mean, a keyboard at a certain point, keyboard's not even that different. It's the same thing.
It's the same fucking keyboard. That's why we use QWERTY. It's because of the typewriter. It had to be set up that way because if they did it alphabetically, the fucking hammers would cross across each other where it was on the thing. Like how normally people type certain letters. That's why they're set up on the keyboard that way.
The hammers would cross if it was alphabetical.
Yeah. Like the way, like they tried to do it, and like let's say like you're spelling like at or something, like it like wouldn't line up right or something weird.
Huh? Because I remember reading about that a long time ago. The origins of QWERTY. Yeah, QWERTY. Because before there's not. Is there anything else before QWERTY? Was it
I'm
A,
sure
B, C, D, E, F, G?
There's got to be like a bunch of different things that they tried, and that's just the one that stuck.
I can't even imagine a world without it because it's so crazy. Like the way my brain.
Like it's
you ever think about like
it's on the
how
fucking
your
TV when you have to put your password in. It's in QWERTY for no goddamn reason.
It is.
Yeah, like a lot of them.
Oh, you're right. It is. Like
and they
when you're tapping through things.
Yeah, and they just do that because your brain's fucking ready for it.
Yeah.
Even like so much so when it's in alphabetical, I'm like, fuck off. Put it as a keyboard, like a fucking regular person.
Yeah. Yeah, that is kind of crazy. Your brain is so tuned to it because that's what I was gonna say. Is like I can't even imagine if it was anything else. Like when I put my hands on a keyboard, I'm so fine tuned to it. Like I can't even imagine.
That have the ones that are like broken up, like and like you don't have like the where your other finger is. You know those ones?
my backspace stopped working, so I had to like retune it to another button. So my brain has been like recalibrated to like I push delete to backspace. And like when I use other people's keyboards,
do you need $15?
It's a good keyboard, but like that's the only thing wrong with it.
Like I can give you $15.
I want to get if I get a new keyboard, I have to get a cool one. I have to get like one of those $100 ones.
Okay, well I don't have that.
Exactly. I mean, this one's okay. I think it's like an all right one, but the freaking button stopped working, and it's like. I have to. It's not that bad because the delete is right under the other thing, but it's just I stretch my pinky out a little extra, and it kind of confuses. I'm not confused about it anymore, but now when I go back to a normal one,
is that why your arm's like so veiny right now? Is you that extra fucking muscle that you have to work to get over to the delete key?
Thank you for mentioning this.
Yeah.
No, I just have veiny arms. I was born this way.
Well, you just look ripped.
Thanks, dude. I can't even explain. Like, my mom's a nurse. My older sister became a nurse, and they've told me I have good veins.
No shit.
Like, if you had to inject something into me.
Like how many times has somebody said like you have good veins for heroin? Like.
It's really funny because I feel like because they're nurses, like that's such a nurse thing to say. Like who the fuck would say something like that?
That's somebody. That's people. Comics are fucking insane, but nurses are psychos, dude. like
you've got really good veins.
My sister's a nurse. My aunt's a nurse. Like I respect, but they're all fucking crazy.
Well, they just watch people die all the time.
Like you have to be like it's like soldiers and nurses. Like.
Yeah.
Responsible for more deaths, nurses or soldiers. That's a good segment. But like
it's a good question.
But like they're just like always prepared. Like they've got like a 1,000 fucking milligrams of Tylenol on them all the time just to make sure you get autism. Mm-hmm. Like they're just like ready, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like I got stung by a bee once where it like got stuck inside of me, and my fucking aunt just had like a little scalpel kit to like fucking cut it out. And you're just like, why do you have this?
Yeah. I automatically just ask my mom for any medical advice. I just call her and I'm just like, hey, what do you know about this?
I should do that with my sister, but I just don't.
Yeah. I mean, I probably shouldn't even trust her advice 100%, to be completely honest, but I just do. It's just my mom, and she's a nurse, so I say, Mom, I have this, there's this bump, like, is it cancer? And she's like, no, it's probably fine. I'm like, okay, she's right. She's a nurse.
Yeah. Like, and it's, I mean, this, like, with all respect, like, my sister got her nursing degree from a fucking community college. Like,
Yeah.
she, like, got a bachelor's in something else and decided she wanted to be a nurse and just, like, went to night school. And it's like, maybe this isn't all the time. Like, I failed out of nursing. It should be that hard.
Yeah.
Like, it's,
I mean, and I just can't even imagine being a nurse. It really, like,
it seems terrible.
it seems awful. Yeah, that's what I mean. It just seems like one of the worst jobs because of what you'd have to witness all the time and the type of...
And that's when people are actually injured, not just the psychos that hang out at hospitals.
Yeah, both. It's both of those.
Yes.
You get a little bit of both.
Sure.
Because this, I mean, especially if you're at a hospital in a bad area,
Yeah.
then you're gonna get those psychos for real, for real.
Or, like, especially now with, like, fucking opioid epidemics for the last 20 years of just,
Yeah.
like, hey, man, you're just, like, there's this chick that I follow, or, like, that interacts with my shit on Threads, because, like, whatever, I use Threads, and she, like, posted a video of a nurse, like, turning her down for meds, and I'm like, hey, man, this doesn't help you at all.
Yeah.
Like, this just makes you look more like a pillhead. Like, maybe we should put our phone away. But, like, it's just, like, this nurse is just sitting there, and this chick's just like, yeah, I'm, like, I need these pills, and, like, the lady's like, the last 4 nurses told you no, man. And, like, they just have to deal with that all day.
Yeah. Yeah. And I mean, it's sad because it's sad that people are so addicted to pills.
Sure,
really.
definitely.
I mean,
like, I would
damn.
much rather not be a thing.
I mean, but that's also just a result of overprescription for the most part and it becoming so regularized for people to use medication to treat all their problems. I mean, that's become such a normal way of thinking. You know, it's interesting. Like, there's a clip of, I think it's Tom Cruise talking to Matt Lauer from like the early 2000s.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
And it's like when he was first in Scientology and all
about
the
the
scandals.
antidepressants and shit.
Yeah, and he's just talking about, I don't think anybody should use
Therapy
medication
and-
for anything. That's what I believe. I think medication is bad and you shouldn't use it for any reason. And yeah, like maybe that's like a radical stance. But for the most part, he has a point in the sense that you are fucking with whatever natural body. I mean, every single commercial you watch for a medication, it's like 10 million side effects, and then you get a medication that fixes the other medication, and that's just how medication works. It's
Sure.
like there's no medication that's going to fix everybody and be perfect for everyone. It doesn't exist. It's just like how alcohol affects everyone differently. Every single medication is going to affect everybody differently.
But Adderall's the best thing ever created.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. With
like,
all that being said, Adderall's the best thing ever created. But I mean, it was just funny because people hated him for that back then. People
Sure.
got so mad at Tom Cruise. If he said the same thing now, 50% of people are
He'd
like,
be a congressman.
yeah. Exactly. Like it
it's-
aged so well. It's actually kind of crazy. Like to think that as a society, we all just laughed at him and thought he was so crazy. I mean, it is nuts the amount of medication that is like regular. Like I remember I met a girl once and she had told me like
Congratulations.
Yeah, right. Thank you. And she told me that she would always, like anytime she had the sniffles, anything, she would go to like her favorite place to go was the medication section at the supermarket, and she would just buy like that medication and all the time, and guess what, she was always sick. It's
Yeah.
almost like the story tells itself, like she's always sick and she's always buying medication. Like
Sure.
it actually kind of blew my mind, and I never had met anyone like that before.
Oh,
it's like a perpetual cycle for her.
And it's like even like, but like even so, like I'm like I said, I'm 35, so like I was like in college during like the initial like pill thing,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
like campus doctors, like I had strep throat, and they're like, here's like 1,000 milligram, like a crazy, like it wasn't like Vicodin, but it was like 1,000 milligram Motrin or some like prescription, like Tylenol or something, like whatever that one is, like right below Vicodin, and they're like, people will break into like your room to get this, and it's like, okay, maybe just like tell me to take a fucking ibuprofen. Like if it like I don't, or like get me something, you know what I mean? Like let's not prescribe this shit for like a sore throat.
Yeah.
Like it's wild. Like yeah, it sucks, but like also I can just have a sore throat. I don't need to be numb and then get hooked on some fucking like on heroin. Like
Yeah.
just because of a sore throat.
Yeah, I reluctantly now, when I have a really stuffy nose, will go and get like the sinus medication. But that's like the only thing I really ever take. And then I remember when I got my wisdom teeth taken out, that's when I took like the pain medication they gave me because I was thinking, okay, this is like an appropriate
Oh,
time.
sure.
But I really
Vicodin fucking rules.
Oh yeah, when
Like,
you're
that's the
in
problem.
real pain.
I mean, all
Yeah.
the time it's fine.
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Like that's the problem.
It's the problem, yeah.
But like, I mean, it's just like it's a great drug, but
Yeah.
it's like, come on, man. Like,
Yeah, I think you're flying too close to the sun is the problem with things like that. Like, and there's no real proper way to regulate yourself. You know, like
Well,
the
especially,
self-control
like-
required for something like that.
Sure. Like, and I was talking about it. I was like telling buddies about old drinking stories. Like, I drank King Cobra, like 40s, because I liked cheap malt liquor stuff. And I would like the gas station that was closest to me, but far enough away that I had to drive. It was like I would go and buy 2 of them. Because if I drank 2 of them, I would be too drunk to drive to go get more.
Smart.
But the car dealership that I worked at, one of the guys' dad was a liquor rep, and he would come in and sell us wholesale. So once I bought a case of King Cobras, and then I had 12 of them in my apartment. And so it turns out only having 2 is what would stop me. And being able too drunk to drive. If you've never felt 4 King Cobras in your stomach, don't do that. But also, it's like like you just feel so like you're alive, like nothing can happen to you, and it's a great feeling.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
Like you're just like, this is the best. Like I'm the best human there's ever been.
Yeah. What is King Cobra's a beer? I've never
It's
had
malt
King
liquor.
Cobra.
And like it was in like. It was still sold, like, now that all the 40s are in plastic, like, it was still, like, only glass 40s. It's the best. It was, like...
Is it cheap, too?
Yeah, in Stowe, Ohio, I think a 40 was, like, $2.75 or some shit.
Ooh, yeah.
So for, like, after tax, like, $10, you got 2 40s and a fucking bag of Ruffles.
Yeah.
Like, you're in for a night.
That's not bad at all.
But if you have 12 of them just fucking hanging out in your apartment, you're like, I'm going to have 4 of these bad boys and, like, I don't know, maybe call everybody I know and tell them to go fuck themselves.
Yeah.
And think it's a great idea.
Yeah. Yeah, that's so true. I mean, yeah, that's a really good point. You know, because I'm a firm believer that you should buy things in bulk, but it is very hard once you've done so to stop yourself.
And it's also like, fuck it, I've got 1,000 of these. Like, I can have like paper towels. Like, if you have 1 roll of paper towels in your apartment, that roll's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
But if you just bought paper towels, you're like, fuck it, I can use 3 sheets to pick up this mess instead of 2.
Yeah.
We've got infinity paper towels.
Yep. Like, yeah, like if you had like a ton of napkins, say like you have just so many napkins and that you
Napkins
just have
are such a
stacks
waste.
and stacks and stacks. Right. Yeah, because they just get wasted, right?
Yeah.
So say like you knew somebody who worked at a restaurant and they just took napkins and they had so many napkins.
Sure.
Because why would I ever buy paper towel when I have infinity napkins?
Sure.
And that's...
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, exactly. And then at that point... you just start using napkins all the time to clean everything because it's like
Yeah, why not?
you're not going to whip out the paper towel. The paper towel is expensive, but if you have infinity napkins, well, thank God for the restaurant that you hypothetically work at and
Yeah.
those napkins that you have.
Thank God for workplace theft.
Yes, truly.
It's
'Cause
one of my...
I have seen napkins left on tables where it's stacks. Like I'm talking
Yeah, and then they throw
15.
it all away.
I throw them all away.
But like I have one of my 10 commandments. Or one of my main commandments is if you can't steal from where you work, you need to get a different job.
Wow, that's beautiful. I've never heard someone say that before. Never heard someone so brave and proud enough to say that. I suppose.
But like not from like a mom.
we all know.
Like if you work for like a small business and like sure, like even then it's like, do you know what? I need a fucking cherry Pepsi today. I'm not gonna pay the 75 cents for it. I think I've made enough money where I can have this Pepsi today.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like you have to do that.
Yeah. Well, and the thing that drives me crazy is like I think it's just kind of a given that in any like restaurant establishment, something like that, like the cooks and the people who make the food always make things for themselves.
And you have to.
Yeah. So like this idea that like they can but nobody else can like kind of drives me insane. Like it wouldn't even make sense. Like why would you not just want to like give the employees something to like incentivize them? Like just let them take a Pepsi.
Well, and that's like the coffee shop that I worked at. I'm fucking wearing their shirt. Copilot Coffee. Check them out if you're ever in Waukesha, Wisconsin. Don't ever go to Waukesha, Wisconsin. But like, if you're like, I worked at that coffee shop before it's at the new place, and it's like they would give you half off of food, and then they would give you like free drip coffee all day, and like one free like crazy drink or whatever the fuck, and it's like
a latte.
Yeah, and you're just like, oh, that's just enough for me to not want to steal shit from here. But still, every once in a while, when I get my fucking loaded up bagel sandwich, I'm not charging myself for all of the toppings.
I worked at a coffee shop and they didn't have food, but like she knew that I was cheap like that, and she would give me like the chocolate sauce and the caramel sauce when there just wasn't enough to like really keep. She would give me the last of it, so she let me keep it because she knew I would want to use it.
Sure.
And she would let me take the drip coffee if there was any left at the end of the day.
Yeah.
She would let me do all that. I was so honored. She like invited me to have as many lattes as I wanted, and like there was no limits to what I was allowed to do.
And like I worked for a collective. They're never gonna hire me again anyway, so who gives a fuck? But like they give you like a card where you can get free drinks at like any collectivo. So like you can go get free drinks, and then you get like 25% off food. And then like if something went past like its expiration date, which was only like 2 or 3 days, like you could take those home. Excuse me. You weren't supposed to.
It's kind of like if bread, like when they sell it, because it's a day old.
Like if it's a day old and you pay like a nickel for it or whatever.
Yeah.
But like you would do that, but then eventually you're like, oh, okay, well I want a pastry today. I'm just gonna write it down on the waste log that it like got broken. Like you still like it almost makes it where like you have to jump through more hoops. To steal, where if you just like kind of built it in, like, hey guys, don't take advantage of it, but like have some coffee, like you just be like, and like take a fucking snack every once in a while, like, but like you can't make it too easy or like make it too structured, because then it's like, well, fuck you, I'm gonna find a way to like still piss you off, but like follow your dumb rule.
Yeah, and like I think the best like managers, the best bosses are the people who are like, even if it is a rule like that's written, they're cool enough to still give you the pastry anyway. Like they'll still let you have it.
I worked at like a grocery store when I was 16, and which is like obviously too young to drink, and like they would like the Friday night manager would let people buy beer from there. And like,
role model.
He was the best. He was the best. And I didn't drink in high school, but like I really hit it hard from like 18 to 30. But like he fucking he found somebody was like trying to steal like a 30 rack of Busch Light or something, and he got so pissed, and he's like, guys, I'm already not supposed to let you buy beer, and now you're fucking stealing it when I'm trying. Like, what are we doing here?
I mean,
but also like fuck him. We gotta try to steal shit. It's like part of the game.
Yeah, it is kind of a bummer that they were stealing anyway, because dude was kind of doing everybody a solid.
Sure.
Yeah, I would feel if I was him, I would feel.
Or steal it on a different night, like not his night.
Yeah, but it's like, guys, you're gonna get me you're gonna get me involved in all this nonsense. Like, now you know I can't let you buy the beer anymore. Like, it would be like a sad breakup scenario where he'd have to like break it to you guys. We can't be together anymore.
So for my like day job, I'm a supervisor, and like it's at Soldier Field in the suites. I don't give a fuck if they, like, whatever. Please fire me. But like it'll be like I'm like not even. I'm just saying, like,
save me, please.
Like, it's not even like in a bad. But like I'm a supervisor, and it's like, guys, you know that like I'm only telling you to do this so I don't get fucking yelled at. Like I'll do whatever if you're not gonna get caught and you're still gonna get your shit done. But like if you get caught and I get yelled at, that's when we're gonna have a fucking problem. And so like that's kind of what like this kid did to that manager, is like, hey man, I'm already like I'm going out on a limb for you already, and now you're fucking with like the count. So like now that I'm an adult, I like see what he was pissed about. But even then I was like, it's like it's still kind of fucked up that you make us pay full price for this beer.
It always just the concept of like the cool adult that like gives the kids like the thing that they're not supposed to. It's such a weird thing because I think a lot of people have had at least one. Like I had one. I think most people meet at least one.
You need those people, but yeah, it's very weird.
So, well, just imagining being that person. Like, I could never be that. I would never want to, like, hang out with 13-year-olds and be like, hey, guys, guess what I got? Like, I would never want to, like, give a 13-year-old alcohol just for funsies.
I mean, we were 16 and 17. I feel like that's a little different than 13.
I guess, but I mean, I'm just thinking, like, to be, like, the cool, the certified cool parent.
And, like,
that's
he was
always
old.
the
He was
one.
probably, like, a 22-year-old dude.
Okay, that's not too bad.
You
then.
know what I mean, though? Like,
That's not too bad.
I don't know how he could have been like 28. Like, I don't know how old he was.
Because in your reality, it's just an older guy.
So you're just like, all right, like, cool, whatever. But like, if somebody was outside, or like if I was working somewhere and like a child came in to try to, I'd be like, hey man, obviously not.
Yeah, I can't do it.
Like, go steal a candy bar and I'll turn my fucking eyes. Like, I don't care, but like, don't drag me into this bullshit.
I remember, this reminds me, I forgot I did this. I went to the bar, the gas station down the street from my house, and I was like, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna go in there, grab beer, put it on the counter, and just hope that they're gonna let me buy it.
Just fucking super bad.
Yeah, that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
And I never thought about it. I did do the super bad, but no fake ID, right? So the moment comes when he says, oh, do you have an ID? And I say, oh, hold on just 1 second. And so then I walk out. And so then when I walk out, like, I'm pretending I'm looking at my car for my ID. This was my plan. So now that I'm in the car looking for my ID, I'm thinking, oh, what should I do? Like, should I go back in there, say I can't find it? What's the story? And that's exactly what I do. So now it's up to the guy.
Yeah.
In my mind, now I've left it up to him whether or not, if I can't find my ID, if that's cool or not. So I come back up to him and I say, I can't find my ID. I don't know what to do. I must have left it at home. I'm not sure. And I think he picked up what was going on, of course. But then I remember he looked at me and thought about it, and he's like, oh, you're good, you know.
Nice.
And it was such an exhilarating experience for me, like walking out of there. Yes. It felt so good. And I'm sure looking back, he knew what was going on, but I really felt like I did it.
I worked at a liquor store, and like there would be like we had it was like in a college town. I went to Kent State, and it was like they would give the bar, like the door people, like $10 for every fake ID they found.
Yeah.
So like we had like a stack of them at the liquor store because we're just like constantly checking IDs, and like every once in a while we would just like sell them a big stack for like whatever amount of money, so they would still make money, whatever.
Yeah.
But like every once in a while you'll see one, and it'll be like, and I mean obviously you're fucking 22-year-old, so like it's like a 19-year-old cute girl, and you're just like, I know this is fake, but fuck it, you know? Like, who cares? Like, I'm this girl's hero today. Like, you're gonna do that, but like... So, like, you're making that person's day.
And it's funny because it is their McLovin moment, if you think about it. Like, they are walking up. They're probably so nervous to be doing that. Like,
but then we also had, like, a gas station right off campus when I was 18, and these guys had military IDs, and they would just go to this one BP, because, like, legitimately, it was, like, a Middle Eastern dude who, like, didn't want to be hassled by, like, any of, like, the ROTC guys or whatever. So if you had a military ID, he would just sell you alcohol. So, like, these fucking, like, children, but, like, because that's what you are when you're 18 and in college for the first time, they would go and, like, buy fucking Southern Comfort gas station edition and, like, buy it by, like, the case and bring it back to the dorms. And it's just, like... somebody had to make that business decision at some point just to be like, this is what we do. Like, And like, thank God for him. But like, imagine being that guy where you're just like, this is what I got to do to stay in business. I'm going to do it.
What is the drinking age in Mexico or like South America? I know in Mexico, what, it's 16, right?
It probably doesn't exist.
Yeah, I think it's 16, but maybe it's nothing. Yeah, it's almost funner if it's nothing. I like to just think like there's some place in the world where the whole family's just drinking together, and it's
That's
totally
like
socially
fucking like
acceptable.
Italy. Or,
Is
shit.
it?
Like, I think, like, I mean,
I
feel
actually
like
don't know.
most places, like, you can have like a glass of wine with dinner and shit as like a teen or whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't, and I mean, I'm sure they like go out drinking and shit like that because like that's what people do when they're young. But like, I don't think it's like as like big of like a binge drinking like taboo thing.
Right. And wine is different than beer, like just how it works on you. So wine culturally, I mean, beer I think is a lot more popular than wine is. Whereas probably somewhere like that, like in those Spanish countries, I bet wine is a lot more popular that'd be my guess. I could be completely wrong. But wine comes from a lot of those countries.
Sure, a lot of grapes.
Yeah, that'd be my guess. Wine's probably gonna be, because I mean that's just so different. If you were drinking wine all the time, that actually would. I mean, women are what? Isn't it recommended to drink wine? Like
I
once
think. I mean, there's
I've seen that. I don't know if
well,
it's
there's
true.
that like weird stat that like a glass of wine a day or like a glass of red wine a week helps with like antioxidants or like heart health or like
Right.
they always try to tie like that's why people in like certain places live longer is because they drink wine instead of like beer and shit like that. And then like 7 minutes later, like a new study will come out that says it doesn't. So like nobody fucking knows. It's like the same thing with coffee. Is like coffee good for you or bad for you?
Yeah.
And it's just like it
Probably
changes
both.
every other fucking decade.
Yeah, that's the one thing I do miss drinking. I actually really did like drinking red wine. Red wine, for some reason, I really, really like. I can't even explain it. I just like swirling it around in my mouth and going.
I like it. I
"Ooh."
like wine. I would drink a lot of like really red wine for a little bit. The one thing that like gets me and it like from time to time is like a gin martini.
Ooh.
Like a real martini with Tanqueray gin, a splash of vermouth, like barely a splash, no olives. Like, and I would always tell the bartender if like a shaving of like that ice got in there, I wouldn't be mad at that at all. Like, I love that. And it's just like, they're fucking, it's still like my mouth starts like I get like excited for it. And it's just like, that's still like if I ever like I know where I would go to relapse if I was just like, and that almost maybe kind of helps is like I would have to drive to a place that's probably closed now because I miss their fucking gin martinis the most.
Exact one, like the one.
Oh,
that
the
you
way
crave.
that like the fucking the way that like the condensation would be on their fucking martini glasses. It was just like
You fell in love with that?
Oh, come on, buddy. You have like we would do, it was called a classy dinner night at the car dealership we worked at. We got paid every other Friday. And what we would do is we would just like dress up nice in like suits or like a shirt and tie and then like go eat like a decent dinner at like a nicer, like not even a nice restaurant. It was a nicer restaurant.
Okay.
Then we would have like our fancy
Not
dinner.
McDonald's, but Halo Burger.
Right, we would have our fancy or classy dinner or whatever, and then we would fucking just then go to the normal bars that we went out to every night, but just dressed up after our fancy dinner.
Yeah.
And so like we would just start at this place. I forget the name of it now. I can like see it in but like have 2 of those gin martinis and then go hit the fucking bar, and it's just like you're fucking tanked off of those 2 drinks already.
They made them strong.
Oh, so good. Like it was like drinking a whole pine tree.
And this is not in the city here, so I'm sure it was a nicely priced drink. You're probably paying like $8 for the thing or something.
Maybe, and I was probably bitching that was expensive.
Here it would be 16,
yeah,
20 bucks.
Yeah. And probably worth it too.
Yeah, right. But
You
I
know?
mean, $8 is just nuts. Like in
It's
retrospect.
like a pack of cigarettes. I went through like a smoke. I fall on and off of smoking cigarettes because they're just fucking everywhere. Like you can't get gas without being at a cigarette store. And like I fucking here I found the corner store that I buy them from time to time. It's $17 all in, but like usually it's like $17 plus tax.
Yeah.
So it's $20 for a pack of cigarettes. And just like I bought myself a pack today to celebrate like the sober milestone, and I was like, fuck it, I'm allowed to have cigarettes today. Like those don't ruin my life yet. And so like so then it's
excellent logic.
Yeah. that's future Ray's problem. Like right now, these just make me look and act way cooler. But no, like you had like that price point of like $20 for a pack of cigarettes is like that's too much to pay for those. Like I won't do it except for like every once in a while. But like that's another reason why I won't go buy like a pitcher of beer in Chicago is because it's fucking $25 or whatever the fuck.
Right.
And it's like where I'm from, it's $12, and again, you're like mad that it's that expensive.
So you must have the same crisis as me, where it's like I'm always wondering, am I cheap or is this just crazy? I mean, so being where I'm at, not living downtown, the prices aren't the same as if I go downtown, and I work downtown. So when I'm working downtown at Giordano's, the pizza place, when I'm working there selling pizzas from Giordano's,
congratulations,
thank you very much. But when I'm doing this, and then I want to get food somewhere nearby my work, because I'm with the one in the South Loop. So say like there's a Chinese food place right next to where my apartment is, and there's also a Chinese food place right next to my work. So just comparing the prices of the two of them, if I went to the one right next to my apartment, it's about like $12 or $13 for, they give me a bunch of chicken, they give me rice, they give me,
it's like two
everything.
meals.
Yeah, exactly. I can make 2 meals out of it, exactly. Whereas I can get the same exact thing from the other place, but it costs $20 plus tax or something like, so it ends up being around like 24, 23, which is just like double the price pretty much.
Yeah.
And just because I am 7 miles away from that other place, like that's the difference from being downtown compared to not downtown.
James Couture runs a Thursday open mic that starts at like 4:30 or 5 or some shit, and it's at the Rogers Tap House. And they also sell coffee. And just like being in Rogers Park or whatever the fuck, I can get a cold brew there for like $4.50.
Right, exactly.
When it's $7 in my neighborhood.
Exactly, yeah.
And like I live in Uptown, so I'm not like I'm still not like close.
Yeah, that's only what, like that's a 3 mile difference. So
yeah,
that's crazy.
And
it
you're
goes
just
that
like,
from that to that.
But
yeah.
then I'm like, okay, I have to get one. Like it's like when I'm in Wisconsin, like everything's basically free.
Yeah.
You know, like you go back there, like
I know exactly, because again, I'll go back home. I know exactly what you're talking about, and I'll be like, whoa, I forgot about this. This is awesome. A sandwich is only like $10 here.
I had like a Thursday show at the Improv, and then I stayed up there and was like hanging out with friends, and like we were hanging out at a bar, and I got like what I'll do is I'll get like an NA beer and then like a Diet Coke. That's what I usually get at like a bar or whatever. I don't know why. I like the way it mixes.
It's your combo.
Sure, it is what it is.
Yeah.
And like I fucking got NA beer and a Diet Coke, and it was $5. And I was like, excuse me, I got 2 drinks, and you're telling me it's $5? Like, did you give me the Diet Coke for free? They're just like, no. And I was like, all right, well,
I'm guessing the beer was 3, the Coke was 2.
I was like, here's a 10. Keep the change. Like, this is $10 is still saving me money for what this usually is.
Yeah.
Like, you guys live in a place where everything's free.
Yeah, it's so weird. It really is such a weird contrast to even think about, and I can only imagine being in a city where things are more expensive, right? Because Chicago, on a scale to like New York and LA, it's in the middle.
Yeah.
It's not even at the heights those places are. New York, the prices are nuts.
Well, like when I was out in LA a couple of years ago, that was like the little stupid joke I was telling around town is like, I know how people stay so skinny is like, you can't afford to eat food. And then anytime you save up enough money to get food, it smells like piss outside of everywhere that there's food. So you're not hungry anymore.
Right.
And it's just like, I walked around like literally for 2 days. Like I didn't, it was like, all right, is this fucking a breakfast burrito worth $20?
Yeah. I haven't been to LA actually. Is it that expensive?
It's expensive, but it's also like, I get it. It's
Yeah.
one of those, like, it's kind of like here where it's like, yeah, you're going to get paid more money.
Yeah.
And like, it's like, yeah, it's expensive, but like, it's also like,
It's on a
there's
scale.
cheaper ways to do it.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you pay the tax for like living in a cool spot. And like out there, it's kind of the same thing. It's like, yeah, cool. You're not paying for like a good thing, or like you're paying for sunshine every single day.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so you're like, okay, like I can wrap my head around why somebody would pay what they do to live there. Because you're going to make closer to that money anyways, just living out there. But then also, if you don't like clouds, like how much money would you pay to never see a cloud again? And it's like, it was 105 degrees. I was walking around in a t-shirt and jeans and like was fine.
Yeah.
And like, so like, it made no sense. It's not a real place. I was awake for 23 hours straight and never got tired because you're like, there's always something. It's wild out there. And like, I'm not a Coke guy. Like, this was just like purely off of like just shit to do.
Yeah.
And like weather, and like it's fucking 75, 80 at night. But it's not like, you're not like sweating like you are here. You're like, oh, this is like a nice, enjoyable night.
Yeah, it's a different kind of heat even.
And there's like that, like fucking, like there's just like an aliveness to it.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I could do that every single fucking day.
Right, like to live there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've been told with New York, it's like Chicago on steroids. So it's like what this is, but just times 3 essentially. Which I don't, like you say, I don't think I could handle that for a long time. Maybe I would enjoy that for a little bit, just to stop by and enjoy the
hustle and bustle.
Same thing with LA though, like you. I feel like I would enjoy stopping by. I think I identified with Chicago for a certain reason, even though I haven't been to those places. I feel like I know if I go to them, just based on everything I've heard and everything I know. I think maybe it's just because I'm from the Midwest already, and so there's something there. But I don't know. I just feel like I'm gonna get a different vibe when I go out there.
Well, but think about like who goes to those places. Like everybody wants to be a star in LA, and then like New York is like where you go to make it. So you're like a type A kind of person.
Yeah.
And then like you're the fucking star. You're just gonna be like vapid and full of yourself. But like, Chicago's the biggest city in the Midwest, so it's like, and I mean, obviously other people are going to come to it because it's one of the biggest cities in the world or whatever, but like, the people who are going to move there are from the Midwest.
Yeah.
So it's like going to just be like filled more of like there's still like, even if we want to put like beautiful women, smart artists, comics, like we have all of that here, but like we're not as in your face because most of us are like, I'm from Ohio originally, so like you have to choose what kind of like, are you more Midwestern or are you gonna go to fucking New York? And like, I don't know, it kind of got made for me, but like Chicago is a big bustling city downtown, but it feels like a smaller suburb Midwestern town in different like neighborhoods, and I think that's why it works so well.
Yeah, that was part. I mean, I did it on accident when I moved here. I was trying because I'm not from a city or anything like that, so I knew I wanted to come to a city, and I knew I wanted to bring my dog, my cat, all this, but it's a whole different environment than what they're used to. And so I just ended up in the neighborhood I'm in just naturally. And it's just so funny because it really is, like you say, a blend between a city and just a regular neighborhood. It doesn't feel like you're in a city when I walk my dog, but I'm not away from the city. It's right there.
But then you go around a
neighborhood
corner.
to neighborhood to neighborhood. It's so different everywhere you go.
Like even like, so like in Uptown, like we have like, you can go up to like fucking Broadway and there's like the Green Mill, there's like the Riviera, all of that shit over there where it's like, yeah, it's 2 blocks over. Like in the big city, even though I'm not downtown. Like, there's still like the big city shit there.
Yeah.
But like in my little like I'm a block or two away from like Montrose Park, so it's just like I've got a big fucking park right there. Like I'm basically next to nature. I mean, like I lived in Wisconsin before down here, so it's like that's like real nature. But like this is like I can still go touch grass if I want to.
How far are you from the beach? Are you near the beach at all?
I mean, it's like a 10-minute walk.
Yeah, that's not far
No.
at all. Because I mean, like being close to nature, the beach is a great piece of nature to have. Like it's such a blessing.
I hate sand though.
But just going and walking along the beach, you know, not even by the sand, just
I
going
love
over there
walking,
and chilling, you know, in the grass and shit. Just
I
hanging
walk.
out
I go over to like the marina, the Bay area where it's like the cement beaches that they got over.
Yeah, that's not bad.
I like hanging out over there. I'm one of those weirdos because like anytime like that's what people online make fun of Chicago is like, oh, we're going to the beach. Like what the fuck is this? And it's like the cement fucking things. And it's like I'm one of those weirdos that like it. Like I would much rather lay on a towel on like cement than
What is
on
that thing
sand.
called? It's called is it called the concrete beach? Is that
I
what
think
it's called?
something like that. I don't know.
Cause so my electric skateboard, RIP right now. I need to buy a whole new one. It makes me so sad. But that's how I would get to work. So I would ride along the bike trail all the way there.
Yeah.
And you pass along that because the bike trail goes right alongside it. And that's like right when you're about to get off into like it's right when you're about to hit the Ferris wheel and all that shit. It's like right when you're about to
Navy
get there.
Pier and all that.
Yeah, it's right near Navy Pier, right?
Yeah, like right in that little cove area right there.
I just wish I could remember. I think it is Concrete Beach. I'm almost positive.
Something like, I mean, whatever.
But it is like that's what
everybody
it
knows
is.
what you're talking
It's funny
about.
because like I didn't know that's what it was called, and then like it's a perfect name for it because that's exactly what it is. It's like sand but concrete. It's just
But it's
something.
also like-
and also it breaks the waves. If you've ever seen it on a day
Yeah.
when the waves are coming in high, like they will come all the way up to the bike trail. That's how big. So you can tell it's actually designed to do that. It's just cool because
But also, like,
only
if
when
you
it's
want to
that bad
go
you
to
see
like
it.
a sand beach, walk 5 minutes to your right or your left, you fucking weirdo.
Yeah.
Like it's right there. It's got like that's why it's a perfect. It's got something for everybody.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
I don't like sand. I can go lay on a fucking concrete slab instead, like a
Yeah.
fucking psycho. You know, like, and it's there for people like me.
Yeah. I mean, sand is one of the. I mean, have you seen Star Wars, the prequels at all? There's a great monologue about sand in those movies.
Like which, like the
I want to say it's the
episode one?
second one. He's talking to Padme. It's like notoriously cheesy for what he says because it's this bad George Lucas dialogue. But what he's saying is like, "Oh, I hate sand. It's so coarse and it gets everywhere."
Yeah.
And it's terrible dialogue, but he's totally right.
It's the worst. Like I have
the
a
worst
pair of
thing
shoes
ever.
that I haven't been like they're like I mean I bought them to like wear, but they're basically like I almost said waterboarding shoes. I don't know if those are I don't know if you need special shoes for that, but like I think non-slips would work best.
You're right.
I mean if we're being logical about it.
Yeah.
Maybe that's
Work
what
shoes.
happened at like Guantanamo. That's why they found out as somebody slipped and fell.
That would hurt.
I mean, it would not be ideal. Could you imagine getting waterboarded and then have to like be a witness on like a work injury form?
It'd be really embarrassing for the other guy too.
Yeah.
You're waterboarding somebody.
You just lose like
Take a
all
pratfall.
respect.
Yeah.
Pratfall. But no, like I don't know. Like they're just like water shoes basically, and like I got sand in them because I didn't take them off before I got on the beach. I was like, whatever, I'm gonna walk in the lake anyways.
Yeah.
And then I didn't think of like the walk back, so I got like sand back into them, and now it's just in there forever. And like I can't wear them again because am I gonna wear fucking socks in them to the beach like a weirdo? No, I'm gonna go barefoot, but I can't feel that on my feet because like I don't know, I had too much Tylenol as a child. Like.
Sand does suck though, because I mean, like I'm tolerant of it, but it is very annoying whenever I do anything at a beach and I feel sand all over me for a long. It's kind of like when you get your hair cut, and if you're like, okay, so I never go to a barber. I always have my mom cut my hair, or my sister. So this is why this happens. But like, you'll get your hair cut.
Nurses and hairdressers.
Yeah, double trouble. So I get my hair cut.
How many girls did they bully in high school combined?
And the hair's all over you. It's like all over everything. And even if you take a shower, you still got like hair all over you. It's just there. It's just everywhere. Or like if I mean, now in the shower, you're looking down and you're looking everywhere, and the hair's all over the shower. You could sit there and try to squirt all the hair down the shower drain. You're not going to get all of it because your hair just got cut and it's everywhere. Sand is the same way. There's just so many little grains. You could sit there and try forever. That sand's going to be there for, I mean, if you were talking like shoes.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And especially since
weeks.
they're like mesh. Like it gets into that mesh and like you just start walking and more comes out of it. It's not, I don't know how it happens.
I'm thinking about like when I went to the beach too, and I was just like shaked my hair later, and like sand's still in there. I'm like, what the fuck, dude?
And like, and you take and it gets in like your ears and shit, like everywhere. And like you get out of it, and I know you're not supposed to use Q-tips in your ears, but like you like start, and you're just like, why is it crunchy? Yeah. Like it shouldn't be making that noise. And it's like, oh, I went to the beach 4 days ago. That's why.
Have you ever had an ear infection?
Yeah.
Oh, that was like the worst time of my life. Like, did you have tinnitus?
I mean, I was like a child. Like I had them all the time. Like I had like crazy like strep throat as a kid a lot, and like ear things.
So ear things, you mean it's like pain though, right?
Yeah.
Tinnitus is when you have the ringing
Well,
sound.
yeah, I know. I don't think I had the ringing. I don't know if I.
You would remember, I think, if you did. But the pain is still unbearable. It's almost like tooth pain. Because I remember one time when I was younger, it must have been an ear infection, but I just was laying there in bed, and it was just like, like,
and it's in there.
It's in your head. Yeah, it just hurt so bad in my ear. It just hurt. There was no way to even explain it beyond that. It just hurt in my ear, and it must have been an ear infection.
I should have taken Vicodin.
Yeah, probably would have been good. But I remember the time I got the tinnitus, it was like I was in the bath, and I had the bubbles right up to my ears, and I was thinking, oh, it's probably fine. And like the bubbles must have got in my ears, right? Yeah. And so I went somewhere else, just like I drove somewhere else, and I remember like it was, when I got out of the tub, it was kind of like that. Like I don't know how to describe it.
I know that sound.
That feeling of like you can feel the liquid inside your ear, kind of like tunnel, like closing it up. And so I did all the things you're supposed to do, like oh shit, and I knew it was because of what I did. I just was too lax about the fucking bubbles floating in my ears. And then I went to the other place, and it was getting like really weird. I didn't like it, and so they had Q-tips at this place, and so I shoved the Q-tips in my ear, and I was fucking going at it, because I'm like, I gotta get this shit out of my ear. This can't be good. And then the next morning when I woke up, I remember I looked at my phone, and I was thinking, my phone sounds really weird, like robotic almost.
Yeah.
Like my phone's fucked up. And then I realized it wasn't my phone. It was my ears.
Sure.
I couldn't, my ears were unsynchronized because I couldn't hear out the one ear, so my phone sounded like a robot. It was the weirdest thing. It literally, it sounded like my phone sounded, I couldn't interpret what I was hearing properly from my phone. It really was weird. And then the ringing started, within the next day, and that shit was just... It was the worst thing. I wouldn't wish it upon my worst enemy. And
you sound like you just got back from Fallujah.
If you read, you should read comments on how to remove tinnitus videos, because there's so many people who are like, "Oh my god, I got this tinnitus 37 years ago and it never went away. I just pray every day it'll go, and it never." You got to
go to one of those crazy Instagram chiropractors that break people's necks and shit.
Dude. It was scary because you can't you just hear this. That's what you hear. You just hear it all the time. It's just always there. It's just with you every day, all day. You just hear it when the moment you wake up. The only time it goes away is when you sleep. It's always there. It's like a horror film. It's just there forever.
I mean, at least it goes away when you're sleeping. I feel like you could I feel like you could probably overcome that. I feel like ear pain would be so much worse than just hey man, I just have this ringing in my ear all the sorry about it. You just get, it's like when something's when you work at a sewer plant, obviously it smells like shit all the time, but you just get used to it.
Yeah. Well, that was the most terrifying thought to me too, is what if I have to get used to this? What if this will just become a part of my life? and it'll just always be this ringing sound. Like I'm a musician. Like I can't even wear headphones now. Literally can't even wear headphones because it doesn't work. I have to just listen to it. It was
Beethoven did it deaf, brother. All right, what?
I'm making excuses.
Yeah, what kind of it? Like, fucking.
Dude,
this is a
I feel like
Gary
if
Vee
you had
video now.
tinnitus, you would be saying different things. It sucked ass, dude. Like if anybody's watching this,
Just
and they've had
bite
tinnitus.
down on this fucking.
It was crazy because like I just didn't even know that was really a thing. Like I never really understood it before, and then it just happened to me. And all of a fucking sudden,
If you have tinnitus, I don't want to get canceled by the Tinnitus Association of America or whatever.
yeah, they should have a cool. They should have a cool. So the thing is, I don't think tinnitus gets the love it deserves. I don't think people really talk about it because that's why I had
Nobody
idea.
would hear you.
Nobody's listening. I mean, for real though, it is one of those things that like.
But imagine being the first person to be like, "Do you hear that fucking ringing?" And they're like, "Shut up, Steve. Like, go home." Like, what? He's drunk again.
Or they think like you're possessed.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
That's probably the more likely thing if we're talking like past. It's like, oh, you're hearing demons.
After you just like got kicked in the head by like a mule or something, and you're like, does anybody else like? Is the world just like ringing? Like, but do they even have I guess there were bells and shit. I was gonna say like, because I think of like.
Yeah, but even then, it's a foreign type of sound because it's like I recognize it because I've heard a ringing bell. Like it's almost like a sub. Like if you have if you have electronic music, it's like a. It's like that. It's what it sounds like.
Sure.
That's the best way I could
I've
possibly.
seen movies. Like it's
It's like a dog whistle almost, just sitting in your ear, just sitting there.
Speaking of dog whistles, how fun would that be if I just had one on deck?
That would actually be nuts. I mean, there's phone apps. There's phone apps for it.
Yeah, I'm not Googling dog whistles. Like,
That would be crazy if you just whipped one out. Like
no, I meant like white supremacist dog whistles. Just
that too. Just fucking pull out a Confederate flag. Just like, hey, by the way, I just want to
Thank
put this
God
beside
you finally brought up the superior race.
me. Like I just thought this would be a good decoration. That would be like a weird thing to do.
It's
like
just my heritage.
I think what would be funny about it is if you did it like an hour into like a conversation. That's what's funny. Like not because if you just did it before we started, that's whatever. But if you were like if you wait an hour in and then all of a sudden you just start whipping out like dog
but those
whistle
people
props.
like they make.
It's like whoa, wait.
But those people, they make it their entire identity. So, like, you wouldn't be able to hide it for 5 seconds. You'd be like, hey, man, why do you have a Confederate flag poking out of your pocket? It's like, fuck, I'm working a bit, all right?
It's a bit for me, dude.
This is my act, and I, like, free speech, brother. I don't care. Like, I won't get shut down because of woke.
It makes me sad that it's become this weird caricature to kind of have that whole thing. Because, I mean...
And be proud of it.
Well, because Austin has become known for this, and I think Austin's not a bad place for comedy. Like, I don't think that, but I do think that you just see more and more people kind of like not liking the way that, and I can just. In my mind, it's just this annoying thing where I like edgy comedy. I enjoy that. But you can easily see when people just are just saying things to be offensive and be edgy and just leaning into politics and just leaning into, oh, I know how to push people's buttons. And that's lazy in my mind. That's not actually good writing.
Some people confuse getting a reaction with being funny.
Yeah.
And like, so like offensive jokes are fun. Like, I just saw a fucking Pete Holmes clip today, and like it was just, and nobody loves talking about Pete Holmes's comedy more than Pete Holmes, but like his clip, and I like, I'm sure you, and I mean, I'll suck my own dick. This is the longest I've gone without talking about how good I am at comedy.
Congratulations.
I know. It's like, it's a big day. But he was just saying, he's like, no, that's an offensive joke. Like, I never got it why people are like, well, that's not offensive. You're wrong about it. It's like, no, that's an offensive joke. Like,
yeah.
But like, it's still good. Like, there's like a difference between just like capstoning a joke with the N-word just because you want to say it and be like, I say the, like, I'm one of those guys. But then like, you have like Louis C.K., love him or hate him or whatever, but like, he said it like still in jokes, and you're just like, okay, like that was a good enough joke to get away with it.
Yeah. And I don't even know if he could do that joke now.
Probably
honestly.
not.
the same way. He could probably still pull it off, but I don't think he could do that joke. He'd have to find a whole new way to Jedi mind trick it.
Yes, but like
that's
also
the art of it. That's what you're doing.
Like, obviously, don't say the N-word or whatever the fuck. But like, it's like one of those, like, it has to be as funny as it is shocking.
Right. Yes, exactly.
That's why, like, rape jokes went away. It's like, and sorry if you have to edit that word out for the algorithm. But, like,
no, you're good.
It's not one that I use often. But like,
it's interesting because I've been to mics where you'll see rape joke after rape joke after rape joke, even at an open mic, and it's like, oh Lord,
you should have seen it 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And it's just like, now it's kind of like, if somebody pulls one out and it's good, you're like, God damn it, like, you can tell that he thought about that.
Yes,
because it's always a him.
And I think I think there's a truth. You can joke about anything. There's a truth to that. It's not wrong. You can make a joke out of almost anything.
It's just gotta be good. And I mean, women have good rape jokes as well, but like, it's usually just like some dude, and you're just like, okay, like, cool, you pulled it off.
Yeah.
You win the open mic, but like, go tell that to somebody on the street, please, and like, see what happens. Right. And it's like, I'm glad that you did it. Like, I'm really glad that joke exists. But who are you going to tell that to?
Yeah.
Like, other than other open micers who are notoriously the ones who buy tickets to comedy shows.
And I think that that's, again, like, Austin has created this weird area now where you do have this like grounds for that certain type of humor where you probably can tell mostly those jokes, and it's encouraged, even where you don't really have that in a city like Chicago or New York or LA. Those cities are all they're just not trying to lean so much into shock value. They all still do that, of course, but I don't think that like cities encourage it as much as they're not even like, I think that's a problem, but just it becomes so tasteless, especially if an audience only expects that, because then people start what's the phrase? They start going for low-hanging fruit and just doing the easy things.
So, like, I started in, like, the Cleveland, Akron area, and, like I said, I went to Kent State, and, like, the way that Cleveland is kind of set up comedically, there used to be, like, a Cleveland scene, and they were smaller, and, like, a little Akron scene, and then just, like, a plucky group of people in Kent, and, like, I was, like, in the Kent comedy scene, and it was, like, known for, like, edgier, darker kind of jokes, and like, people would come down from Cleveland, and I mean, it's fucking 30-45 minutes away, it's not like they're coming in from out of state, but it felt like it.
Yeah.
And they'll come down and like, they would try their like edgier thing, and they're like, oh, I thought that this would work better here in Kent. And it's like, yeah, just because you're saying the words does it, like, there's kind of still like, you have to like do it. And like, just because like we're in the pressure cooker of like, it's almost like what we were talking about here, where like you have to perform at such a high level that like when you go other places, you're just like, oh, like, this is what you're doing. And like, if you're like having to like, oh, that's your fucking 9/11 joke, or that's your fucking like weird Hillary Clinton, like, this, okay, this is mine, and you like and it's still like a competitive, like, who can make the most fucked up but still funny joke. And then when somebody comes in and is just like, I'm just gonna make a fucked up joke, and it's like, well, no, you forgot the second half. We're like, sure, I can say all of that shit too, but like, it's not going to, like, I'm just gonna make somebody mad. And at a certain point, I thought that was good, is just pissing people off. But like, I don't know, you fucking get more done, and like, you change more minds, or you fucking are able to sell it if you take your fastball from 100 to 95 and you make it like less cunty, and you're just like, I can make fun of Christianity without being like, all priests are pedophiles, and like, that's just the whole front part. You can just be like, we know what priests do, and then like, that gets everybody, you know what I mean? And it's just like, take a little bit off, and like, that makes it better, but it's still edgy. But like, if you just like are going in there and you're like, I'm gonna drop the N-word, or say the R word, or the F slur, or whatever like thing, just to drop it in there, just to get that like little like, oh, he's the guy who says it. You're like, fuck off, guy.
And I'm not even the person that's hearing that person say that thing and thinking, oh, what a hateful person, what a piece of shit. Because I know that they're just, again, going for low-hanging, they're just trying to do the thing they think they're supposed to do.
And it might, and here's the fucked up thing, that like, and especially with comedy too, is like, and that's what you were saying, like everybody has their fucking commentary on everything and everybody thinks they know the right way. But like,
I think, did I say that before we started recording? So for the record, because that makes it sound like I hate them. I think that comedians my theory is that they just have opinions about everything because that's like their job. They make jokes all the time. They're always writing jokes, so they always have opinions. It's like what they do.
Oh, I meant it completely. Like I wasn't like trying to throw you under.
I just remembered like I said that right before I hit record. So
I was just but I was telling somebody today about like what I love about like how I love everything about comedy. Like even the fucking stupid parts of it are the best. Like even everybody just having their stupid ideas and like telling fucking new people what they should do. Like I think it's so funny every single time that it happens.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I don't fucking know what the fuck I'm talking about. Like somebody thinks that like I'm successful when like, no, like I don't, like I fucking haven't worked a real or quote unquote like real club gig in like a couple of months, and it's like I've got buddies who are doing like real shit, and they'll be like, hey, have you tried this? And it's like, yeah, cool, but have you tried this? And they're like, well, that's why, and nobody knows what the fuck's going on.
Yeah, and everybody thinks I mean that's just something. I mean, not even just comedians, right? In life, you'll just learn that everybody's got opinions. People who don't. So okay. I consider myself, I do a lot of things. I've done a lot of things for a long time. And so it's hard for me to take advice from people who I just see like the level of things that they put out and do, like they show to the world, is not at like the caliber that I consider myself at. Not that like that's a good or bad thing or whatever it is. Like good for them, they do what they do. But then when that person like tells me, oh, you should do this, I have to consider the source. I have to think like they don't know what even I'm doing. Like to do a podcast every 3 days, for example.
Sure.
That is not the type of thing where then you can do a bunch of other things with it. But people will tell you all sorts of things. They'll have all kinds of advice.
Yes.
And you just have to learn to ignore half the shit people say because they just don't know.
They're not wrong because
they're
like,
not wrong. Yeah.
They'll come like, and I mean this with all the love. If it's you and the shoe fits, I'm so sorry that like this hurts your feelings. But there are people who can't follow me on shows that I go on that have 10 times as many followers on shit as I do.
Yeah.
Because they learned how to do that part of it well. Like it's not a bad thing. Like they learned that this kind of clip at this time does this kind of reaction to it. So they've got a bunch of followers and like it seems like they've got the number. But if you put like their bullshit like mid-level, everybody can laugh at this joke versus like a well-crafted, again, here, see, this is me sucking my own dick. Like a well-crafted thought, like like, and then like half of the crowd is like still thinking about it.
Yeah.
And then the other half is like, oh, I've never seen it put together like that.
Yeah.
Like that's not going to play well online when you have 3 seconds to like snag somebody.
Yeah.
But like they crushed it. Like, but they're playing a different game than you're playing.
Yeah.
You know what? Like, it's like I would much rather put out a bunch of quality shit that I would want to stand behind. And I say a bunch of dumb shit and do dumb shit on camera to get attention from time to time. We're all whores to a certain level. But like, I would much rather have my like menagerie of 600 view clips for like when the time is right for somebody to find it to be like, oh, he's been putting out this good of shit the whole time versus like the real quick, oh, your pussy stinks, like to like a crowd member or like some like bullshit thing that's gonna get 1 million views or just like piss somebody off and hit the fucking stream. And it's like,
yeah.
They're like, and it's a different game.
But I think like at the very least, it becomes the type of thing where I just think that way because I see so many people who there's not even like a proof of concept. Like you'll have people tell you like, oh, I want to do this. I want to do this. And like, if you look, you can't find anything. Like there'll be people who have this grand vision and they really want to accomplish something.
Sure.
And that's great. And I'm happy for them. But then you look for what it is that they do and you can't even find it because maybe they just don't know what they're doing and they need help. But like, you can't help everybody, because I've tried to help people like this, like with music, with musicians. I've had friends who are like, I had this one friend who, he was an excellent freestyler. He was so good. He actually made me want to freestyle better. And I always wanted to like record with him and get him to do things. And I just learned, like, he's one of the people I really learned this lesson through. You shouldn't even be wasting your time trying to help this person get better at this thing.
Sure.
Because they're not going to do that. That's not what they do. They just do this other thing.
Yeah.
They're just doing this for fun. It's
and
a whole
sometimes
different
that's
thing
enough
for him. Yeah. And so it's just like, there's different methods for everybody. I think the world we're in now, it kind of sucks because people feel forced into posting a clip for every 2 days, and you just feel forced into, and for comics in particular, that's a weird position to be in, because you feel like you have to burn all your material and post crowd work and find a way to get clips because you don't want to give everything away. People
recording jokes at open mics is insane to me.
Yeah.
Like, what are you doing? Like, you're at I saw a girl at one of the worst open mics in town set up her phone and then just like performed. Like, if I just sat here and just stared at the camera the whole time, stared down the barrel, like didn't even pay attention to the room, because there were 7 people in the room. Like, I don't blame, but don't record that set. You know what I like? You don't have to.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, well, if it's just for you. If it's just for you, then maybe, but even then, maybe just audio. And I think like
it wasn't. It was to share it.
It just depends how you do it. Because I mean, I don't know. Like, I've learned I'm doing music at open mics. I'll just go to a comedy mic and just do a rap. So that's different. I feel like that. Out of context, I've learned that people don't know what they're looking at if I posted a clip of that. So if I show you a video of me rapping at a comedy open mic, in your mind, if you're just looking at that, like it says Red Room behind me or whatever it says, you're like, oh, he's rapping at a comedy show. Like, I've had people say these things to me, and I didn't even think of it that way at first. I just thought, oh, I'm just getting a free video out of this, because it's me just doing the song like I've done it a million times, but on a stage.
Sure.
That's literally the only difference. See, but comedy's different, so I don't know if that's quite the same, because I don't know. Like, you could get a great reaction at an open mic, and maybe you'd be glad to have
that's
that.
Fine. Or like, some people will like actually watch. Like, I audio record every single set that I do.
Yeah,
I'm not opposed to like it's the like recording for the internet. It's like, like that's like why I'm saying she's doing it down the barrel to the phone, and you're just like, hey man. Like, how about you just do the jokes to the people in the room? You can watch the tape back and be like, oh, maybe I should move differently or say this like instead of going right down the barrel to your phone,
right?
Because you're not going to get any laughs in the room. How about you learn how to make it a good joke?
Yeah,
and like, you spend the time, and it's like, I understand that like. They probably have more followers than I do, have way more views on videos and shit like that.
Not really. See, okay, so I talked to Aaron Chase, you know him?
Yeah.
And when I asked him, like, doing comedy for so long, like going to mics, like, what's the main difference between like a starting comic and like a comic who's been doing it for a long time? And he told me when they get nervous for open mics, like when you can see that they're visibly nervous for an open mic.
I get nervous at open mics.
Okay.
From time to time. I mean, every once in a while it happens.
But I think like excuse me.
Yeah.
I think taking an open mic seriously. Sure. I think that it was just such a great point to me, because just like the idea of like going to an open mic and treating it like a show and taking it serious, like that is not what you're doing right now. Like,
I know.
If that's what you think you're doing, like obviously take it serious and make sure you do good, but like there are people who just...
But also don't make sure you do good. It's like, it's one of my favorite, and like there was like a weird anonymous post on like one of the Chicago Facebook groups, and it's like, I thought we moved here to take this seriously and blah blah blah, and it's like, hey man, we all started by like talking shit at like a bar or like up to our friend, and then somebody gave us like $5 in change, and you're like, oh, we can make money doing this.
Like, when did this stop being about dick jokes?
Like, it's still like, yes, for sure, like still try to be funny, but also like be silly. But yeah, I mean, there's times where it's like, I'm going to try a new joke that I really like and I'm terrified it's not going to be good because like I love it. And then I'll be like, what if I'm just so far off on this? And like that's what'll make me more nervous is like, have I fucking lost the ability to know what funny is?
But still, the mic is the safest place for you to do that.
Sure.
Right? Because I mean, at a show, like
whether it's safe or not, you have to do it. But like sometimes at a show, it's like it's something that I had to learn to stop doing. I call it getting the sillies out. I know it's like I need to trademark it, but like if I have
the name of your book.
But if I'm like, if I have like let's say I have like a big, like a real weekend of shows or something, like I will like Wednesday night or whatever, like the night before I go out of town, I'll like find a mic that I know I'm going to do bad at. And then like say all like the new silly shit that I would think that's gonna jump in my head when it matters, and like just get it out of my system. So then when it's like time to do a show, it's like, all right, we're doing good shit. And then like if I have some sway, that's when we'll put this shit in. But I don't feel like I have to do it. Like I already got like the artist part of me out the night before. Now I can like go do the fucking, it's like doing like a Friday night walkthrough or whatever, or Saturday walkthrough before Sunday. Like you just go through it. That's when you want to make your mistakes, is the day before, not in the game. And then like, but you're still going to take a shot from time to time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you say it out loud and you're like, ooh, I know that this isn't good. I'm glad that I got it out now instead of in front of 200 people or whatever the fuck.
Yeah. And then mic's really the only place you could do that. I mean, I always like practice last minute for music. I don't know why I do it, but I always wait till the last minute. But if I didn't practice at all, I can't even imagine. Because like you do catch those little hiccups. Like I'd be like, oh fuck, there's this spot and this spot. And like I'll get almost everything right.
Sure.
But there'll be those like 5 little things that, oh, if I was doing that live and I just didn't practice at all, I would have fucked all that up.
There's also times though where like I did this last week. I had like a show on Sunday and like I didn't do any sets after Thursday. And I was like, it was either Wednesday or Thursday. So I took like 2 or 3 days off from doing sets like before like a show. And it was like, all right, cool. Like I'm gonna feel burnt out if I would much rather take those few days off, get that little charge of being like, oh fuck, what if I'm not ready? And like that puts me into like that locked in mode.
Yeah.
Versus like, if I forced myself to go to Mike's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and then had show Sunday, just to like trick myself into thinking I need it, I'm going to burn myself out. And when I go up there, I'm not going to be fully in it.
Yeah.
Where like this one, it was like, okay, I don't like, I know that this show's going to be like a weird show, but I still want to do well. But like, I can't be like too dialed in. Like this is a show where you have to like be flexible and be like movable. And sometimes just taking that step away from it for like a couple of days and then just being like, all right, now it's time to fucking go. Let's hope you fucking remember how to do this.
Yeah. I think you just need different ways to step away from things. Like it's like the point of hobbies, I feel like. Like if you just like in that time between like actually making sure you fill it with things that are different than comedy. Like if you just spent all that time just absorbing fucking comedy, you'd just be stuck in that
But comedy started as a hobby for like everybody.
Yeah.
So like we already like, and that's like a weird thing that like comics are always trying to monetize. Like, and I mean, I do it too. Like, it's like, oh, I fucking have like this new thing I'm doing. Watch me fucking do it on my Instagram while I'm like learning this new fucking thing.
Yeah.
And it's just like, because we saw how it like works. Like, oh, I can get like a little bit of money to do the thing that I love to do. Right. I can do that with everything. Now I don't have to go fucking serve rich people fucking overpriced beer.
Yeah.
And it's just like, you're stuck in that weird thing because you saw how it works, but then you're like, now so many people get, and like that's why people get like bitter or like jaded with comedy and shit, is because like they lose that love of it because they're terrified. Like I'll take like a week off every once in a while. Like I've never like quit comedy. I know so many people who have like done it and they're like, I quit for like 6 months, and it's like, well, that's embarrassing for you. Like if you would have just taken 2 weeks off, I'm sure you would have been fine. Like you'll get that fucking itch back. If you love this shit. And you like, and that's my thing is like, I'm not in a huge rush to like fucking, like, obviously if I made it to, like, I want to be a star and I want to like be rich and famous, like, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be doing this bullshit. But like, I'm going to be doing comedy forever anyways. Like, what am I in a big fucking rush for?
Yeah. That's a great point. I mean, because I think that, like, the idea of, like, being successful and making it with comedy, I mean, like, obviously you want to make money, like, with any hobby, with anything that you're passionate about, with anything that you want, like a skill that you want to be recognized for. You want to be successful and make money off of that. But the reality is, like, making a new joke all the time, going to mics all the time, performing all the time, that it's not going to change once you're successful. That's the same thing. Like, you're doing the thing that you want to be doing. The only difference is you're going to make money off of it, and you're not going to have to. So, like, getting upset about the process of grinding in comedy, that's like the worst thing you could do, because then you actually grow to hate it, and then when you actually do get that success, you already kind of hate doing it all the time.
Yeah, and it's one of those, like, it's like when I moved, and I like keep track of all the sets that I do, and I mean, even like we were talking about it before, like how some people work, like they do like 20 sets a week and shit. And it's like, I've kept track of all of my sets, and it's like every time, like, some people will like move to LA or like move somewhere, and they'll be like, all right, now I can just like, and it's like, no, that's when the work fucking starts. Like, when we moved down here, it was like, oh, it's not like I'm in Chicago now, I'm a Chicago comic. It's like, no, this is when like the fucking, like, this is why I'm like, I only did 10 sets a month in fucking wherever. So I did, like, now I'm like chomping at the bit to like fucking do it as much as I can to be seen by as many people as I can. But like also in a realistic manner of like somebody who has to have a life outside of it too.
Right, yeah. Which is a weird thing to balance. Like, it would be nice if we had the economy of the 60s and it was actually possible to have like a job and like a career with the comedy or music. I feel like it's insanity. Like, because for me to make music and produce this and have an actual job that makes money, like, I actually can't even imagine how I could do it if I had a child or if I had to buy anything more than what I buy. Like, it would actually be impossible. Like, I've thought about this a lot. Like, if I just expanded my budget, like what my spending by 40%, I would have no money. Like, it'd be impossible. So, and that's the world we're in. Like, that's not just me. That's almost everyone. And if you have like a passion, like you're trying to work at something. Yeah. I've thought about like filmmakers. Like, how the fuck? Like, where could you possibly get the idea?
That's why
you're gonna make
so many divorces and shit.
Yeah, like, you're gonna make, even your first film, it's gonna be about $1,000, $500. You're gonna spend a lot of money on your first film, and that expands into a couple thousand. Just this idea of investing that much
money,
spending
$150 million of somebody's money for like. Like, I couldn't imagine.
And that's like that's the top of the food chain. That's like, once you've done it, now you're responsible for $250 million that's loaned to you.
Like, even just making like a dumb shit fucking like video, you're like, all right, this is my idea, and you're like, our budget is $0. Like, actually, we have $- to shoot this. I don't know what we're gonna do, and like, you're like, this is a bad idea, but that's why we're spending no money on it. To like have the fucking balls to just be like, this is the best idea. Like, people need to see this shit, and I'm gonna spend $150 million of somebody else's money.
Yeah,
and like. Sometimes it makes $1 billion,
yeah,
and other times you lose $150 million.
Yeah.
And you're just like, I'm the worst at this ever, but like, you're still probably the best at it from whatever dumb shit school you went to.
Yeah, movie directing is a weird thing, because I mean, like, even if it's not even the director's fault, they get blamed for everything. And also, I think it's like, nowadays, I'm so surprised that we still go off of like box office sales, because with music we stopped doing that a while ago. Like, we stopped. It's not just about
that's
record
because
sales.
They refuse to pay anybody.
Yeah,
and streaming, like, high streaming numbers sound way better than they made $100 off of 1 billion streams.
Yeah, right. Well, but at the very least, they include that number, like, which I still don't even understand how that would work. Like, how are you factoring in a streaming number plus record sales? That would just, the streaming number would be the number. It's not, record sales don't even matter at that point. But why the fuck do we not do that with movies? Like, movies aren't really about just who goes and sees them in theaters, because people don't see the movies in theaters now. They'll wait until it's on a streaming thing, or they'll wait and then they'll watch it. So if the way that people think when they're funding movies is they look at box office sales, and they've always thought that way. So it doesn't even make sense to me that they're still doing it, because like fucking the last Mission Impossible movie, like the second to last one, it didn't do that great in theaters, and so they had to refix the whole new one and change the whole new one. The movie was not a bad Mission Impossible. It came out when fucking Barbie and Oppenheimer came out, and that's the only thing that happened there. That's literally the only reason.
So One Battle After Another came out this past weekend, and it's like, I went and saw it. It's a good movie. It's kind of like the It movie right
I'm really
now.
excited to see it. Paul Thomas Anderson's my favorite director.
You're going to love it then. And it's a very good movie. I liked it a lot. But, like, it's not performing that well at the box office comparatively. And, like, the example on, like, one of the podcasts I was listening to said of, like, yes, but neither did, like, the 10 Commandments when it came out.
Right.
But, like, they're still selling DVDs of that movie that's fucking 60 years old. And, like, it has made way more than its money back.
Yeah.
So it's like, if you make something, and I mean, I guess you could look at this, like, fucking comedy, music, fucking whatever the fuck wise. If you make something that's good, it's going to be fucking good. But if you make something that's for, like, that time, it may lose its fucking luster. So you made that money now, but you could also make all this money later. Like, why wouldn't you want to invest in great? I know that you need good to do all of those projects. Like, Toyota needs to sell 1 billion Camrys to make sure that Lexus is still, like, somewhat affordable so they can sell that higher quality thing. But, like, yes, you have your fucking Marvel movie. Why wouldn't you want your, like, art house fucking bullshit movie that you know people are going to be watching in 75 years?
Yeah.
Like, why would... You've got the money. Put it into something cool, too.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know. I just wonder all the time, is it ever going to turn around? Because, like, really, the only directors that get, like, Hollywood big budget funding for art movies are the ones that have established themselves miraculously in this, like, nightmare system that we have. Like, it's so impossible now to do it. You just have to somehow get a few short films on some festivals and hope to God that one of them, or, like, be good at directing
fire. Commercials or like whatever the fuck. Yeah.
And I just, man, it's just so different than it used to be in terms of so I've been watching a lot of movies in general lately, just because I always like do this. I'll go through a cycle where I just don't watch anything, and then I realize, oh, I love movies, and I have this gigantic TV hiding behind the camera here, and it is the best thing to watch movies on.
Congratulations.
Ever. Oh, dude, oh my God, like my dream is to have a projector,
sure,
and to just throw it at a giant, like I'm talking the side of a house, like the whole thing is just filled up with a movie. But just
get a movie theater. Why wouldn't you just get a movie theater?
Okay, you know what? You're right. Yeah, but that's the same. It's the same.
I mean, kind of.
I want it to be big though. I'm talking IMAX size, big. I want a really big screen. Like, this is probably 20% of what I want. I want it really big. Just because that's the most exciting thing in the world to me, is a gigantic screen. Maybe that's the Tylenol in me. I love gigantic screens. When I was younger, my mom she got me a flat screen for my bedroom, like, just as a thing to, probably as a thing to, like, make me really like her a lot. And I remember once that was in my room, I've never went back. I've always wanted a giant flat screen.
Sure.
So anyway, watching older movies, it's just mind blowing. Like, the difference in the way that stories were told in the 60s and 70s, and the pacing,
the fucking I mean, obviously, like, camera angles change because of technology and dollies and shit like that.
Yeah,
but, like,
just the expectations, I think, not even of the audience, but what the studios think audiences want. Because I think the audiences actually haven't changed all that much. It's just that studios really think we're that dumb.
I think there's that. Well, but also, if you go to the lowest common denominator, you pick up more people.
Yeah.
But, like, also, if you think about, like, how we were talking about, like, working on a shoestring budget, or, like, these fucking people had, like, real cameras with, like, film and shit.
Yeah.
So they had to, like, let's find the best way to do this with what we have. And now it's just like, let's shoot it. And then we'll have fucking, at this point, it's like, let's have AI fucking fix it.
So I didn't see the movie, but I know it was a big complaint from the editor of it. I think it was the editor. No, it was the cinematographer, but it was for Gladiator 2, because I think he worked with him for Gladiator 1. So he worked with Ridley Scott for both movies, and he was just talking about, like, he was in an interview. in an interview kind of complaining about it, saying like, damn, like I didn't really like the way we shot this because he was making me do multicam, and there's not really a good way for me to get a good shot if we're doing 3 or 4 different angles. Like, how am I supposed to light it? How am I supposed to, we're not, and the whole point is, if I have 4 shots, now in the editing booth, I have 4 choices. But if you're the fucking cinematographer, that doesn't even make any sense, because now we're talking about, like, we're not even talking about a vision. We're talking about, I'm just setting up 4 cameras and hoping for the best.
Yeah. And that's kind of like, and that's almost like the fucking, like me and John Moore did this. We called it like offensive lines, and it was just like fake headlines about like the NFL weekend. Yeah. And like, it was just like a fun thing, but it's just like shot with like it was at my apartment with like a shitty fold out desk, and it like shot on my phone, and then just like John fucking slapped it together editing wise, and it's like, it's great. And people are like, oh, you should get like microphones for it. And it's like, part of why it's so good is because like we had to make it good despite what we had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, then people are like, oh, well, now you can like do that. And like Ridley Scott's probably like first Gladiator of like, okay, I've got a budget where I can do 2 cameras. And now he's like, they're giving me infinity money. Let's just do 4. And like, if 2 cameras were great, 4 is great. But then you're right. It's like, well, now we're shooting everything, and now we can just nitpick, and it's like, then it doesn't need to be good.
Yeah, it doesn't need to be good. Yeah.
Because you can just pick the best parts, and you're like, well, this is the best as it was.
I mean, and the whole way that VFX has become this, like I was thinking about this because I just saw Jurassic Park for the first time. It's one of the movies I'd never seen. And it's weird to put that in perspective, that this is like the movie that changed CGI and the way we think about it. Beyond like Terminator 2, it was just those 2 movies that kind of pushed CGI in this direction we didn't even know it could go. And then you think about that compared to now, where CGI is just kind of just this template that's thrown all over every film. Like, that's half the fucking budget, and they rush it. They don't even have, it's not even something they're passionate about. They rush all these movies, so the CGI doesn't even look good, and the people who work on the CGI are shameful about it. They're not even happy because they're like, oh, we wanted it to look better, but studio
you gotta
told
make
us
it, and you have to make it cheap, and you have to make it fast.
Yup.
Because it doesn't matter if it's good, you just have to keep the fucking content stream going.
Yeah, it's like the Call of Duty of film, like to just pump out a movie and to just throw the VFX under the rug like that. It's actually
it's kind of like, it's like
makes
Madden.
them look bad.
Like,
it's like Madden,
it's like Madden. It's like the iPhone. It's like you know that people are going to buy one every single year. Yeah. So it doesn't matter.
I think, is it the book I've got right here? It is. I always like to keep this book around because it's called Writing Screenplays That Sell is the name of the book. And it's written in like the 80s, I want to say. What does it say? Does it say the year in here?
It'll say on the first couple of pages there.
Yeah, so let's see what it says.
Somebody didn't pay attention in library sciences class.
Well, I remember. I just forget. Okay. 1984. Wait, no. This was written 1988, and then it was republished 1991. Okay, and so it's talking about like Karate Kid, and it was like, that's the film it uses as an example, and it's trying to say how to write a screenplay that a studio is going to want to pick up, like what that means, like how you're going to make that work, what the format of a screenplay is. But like the book spends a lot of time talking about the expectations of a studio and like how the Karate Kid works because studios were willing to fund that type of thing at that time. And like, it's not really about what you're passionate about. It's about what studios are willing to hire you for and what they think you'll be good at writing. And this is in 1990. So just to put that in perspective of like how much it's changed since then, like the system was already like, so it's hard to get funding for an art film. Like they were already thinking like that. But you see all these art films when you're looking back, you're like, oh my God, they actually got away with making this and this and this in the 80s. There's so much iconic stuff compared to now where it's like you don't see any new iconic things come. Like every now and then you'll see something. But if you look at just 85 to 87, there's so many characters that were created in that time.
Sure, but then like also, I mean, in that same thing though is, and I mean not to like play the other side of my exact argument, is like almost what makes something great and long lasting is what sets it apart from the other bullshit that's being put out. So
Yeah.
I'll watch Goodfellas anytime I get a chance to, but like how many shitty mafia movies were out around the same time? That was just the best one.
Yeah.
You know what and it's like how many fucking shitty popcorn movies are out, but like we're still watching, like we're going to be watching Sinners for the rest of our lives because it's a fucking great movie.
Yeah.
And it's just like versus like whatever fucking, like I saw The Bike Riders a couple years ago and I was like, this is the best movie I've seen in a long time, and like nobody gave a fuck about it, but like I would watch that over probably any other movie I saw that year.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it might have been the Oppenheimer year, but I'm not going to spend a day and a half watching Oppenheimer again. But like you know what I mean, where it's like it stands out and it's different, but like how much like maybe we'll watch that in 5 years and we won't watch like whatever fucking cock blockers or like whatever John Cena movie that they're gonna put, like whatever popcorn rock movie they're gonna put out.
Yeah.
Like they'll be watching The Smashing Machine maybe for like 100 years, but how many fucking shitty movies did he have to make before he got to do that one great one?
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, that's I guess another thing about, you think about like success, right? Like people think, oh, it's just one good thing you do, but it's so many shitty things you have to do. Like the actors go through so many shitty movies before they have good movies.
Oh,
like
sure.
Great performances. Like it's hard to have a great movie in general.
Like Cameron Diaz was like, she wasn't in like porn, but she was in like softcore movies.
Yeah,
just
yeah.
to get work.
Yeah.
And then like somebody like, and it's like I think about that for like fucking like comedians and like gigs that I'll do, and people will be like, you're a fucking, like, you just like do this. And it's like, well, I mean, this is paying $150. Nobody else, like, if it was a good room, they wouldn't have to pay people this much to come and do this. like, you know what I mean? Where it's like, if it was like, I'm gonna do the shitty thing to like fund to do like if I'm in fucking Saugatuck, Michigan, doing it for like, I don't know, I forget how much they pay, but it's like I do that so like I can stay afloat to do like a free Zany's Rosemont spot.
Yeah.
Because like that's like what we're doing it for, and like that's why we're taking the little bullshit. That's why like a fucking Cameron Diaz will do like softcore, so then she can be like the hottest person in The Mask and then become like a multi-millionaire.
Yeah, I think that's like the genius of Adam Sandler, is I think he had like all the successful movies early on, and then he just cruised ever since, just making movies with his friends and just continuing to make money off of those. So he made these movies that he didn't necessarily want to do, but he knew that he should do, and then he just got to do whatever he wanted ever since.
And that's kind of the dream.
Yeah,
you know?
I think so.
But then also like, if you think about, but there's also like the people, like the real true like legends who do it how they like, those are the ones that just, they don't do that shit either.
Yeah, what do you mean?
Like if you like, let's go specifically comedy. Like I'm sure like everybody's done like a corporate gig they wanted to do or they didn't want to do to pay the rent, or like doing a shitty weekend. But like a Dave Chappelle, or like let's say like Nate Bargatze, if we want to go on like the squeaky clean end of it, is like, yeah, he could have been like doing edgier, shitty jokes that like would have made him get to a certain level probably quicker for like how much talent he has. If he did something that everybody else was doing, he would have gotten to that regular working level probably really, really fast. But he wouldn't be selling out fucking basketball arenas.
Right.
Because he did the different thing that separated him from everybody else. And like now, instead of like making the Marvel movie, like he made fucking one battle after another. People aren't gonna like, I went through and I watched the Avengers the other day, and like I was like, oh man, I haven't watched this in a while, and it has aged not well at all. But I can still turn on fucking, like I said, like I can turn on fucking Silence of the Lambs, and it's still a good movie, even though like the tech's old.
Yeah.
Because it's a great movie, and it's kind of like, you can go back and watch a George Carlin because he's a fucking, and like it's still pertinent now, but who was like the guy that he was trying to be back then? You don't know that guy's name, because he's like, I'm George Carlin, I'm gonna do this shit, and that like grabbed everybody because it was great, versus the guy who's like, I tell fucking fart jokes in fucking Scranton, and he's like working forever and like made to a certain level quick enough. Like they did like that short term thing versus like actually investing in making something great that's gonna last forever.
Yeah.
And like those are the people who like are the names. Those are like the real big artists. Now, like, yeah, like you're saying, sometimes you have to do that like little shitty thing just to like make it to the next thing. But there are people who like an Adam Sandler. Like he's a great and he's rich and he's cool, but he has what's the last movie of his that you're going to watch again in 5 years?
Jack and Jill, of course.
Right. Like, he's making this bullshit to keep the fucking money train going. And good for him. He reached a spot where he can just make something and people will go see it. I would love to do that. That's kind of what we're going for.
Right. Of course.
But also, like, he hasn't done anything great in a long time.
Well, I guess it becomes, like, a question of, like, legacy, right? It's like why the band Tool, that's why I remember they finally did release the album, but I remember for the longest time they would say in interviews, like, why, you guys have been working on this album, why don't you just release something? Why did you wait so long? Why are you waiting? And they just said, it's our legacy that we're talking about. Like, if I'm going to release another album, it's not just anything. It's like I'm adding to that catalog that I've treated so delicately for so long. So if I'm just going to come around and do another thing, it's not like something I could do lightly.
And I mean, you have to put stuff out.
Yeah.
Like, that's why it's like kind of like a Rick Rubin kind of deal of like, you're making art, but like to finish a project, you have to finish a project. Like you can't just like hold on to it forever.
And that's why I even said that earlier. Like I just see so many people hold on to shit. You really do. Like if you talk to creative people, they're really, really good at finding reasons to hold on to things it's just not perfect.
And there's that like
perfect.
Balancing act of like, but like you can also pick like the amount of shitty things that I go through to get to like something that I would want to do. Like you can do that quietly.
Yeah, right.
You don't have to put, just to feed the fucking thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to put every stupid fucking thing out.
You don't have to suffer so publicly.
No. And I mean, I put out like dumb shit, like on Threads. Like I said, I use Threads. I put like, that's where I put my dumb shit takes and shit. But I'm not like, that's where I want to dump those ideas.
Yeah.
Like that's the place where I dump them. And if somebody goes on to that, sure. And if that's somebody's TikTok or if that's somebody's Instagram, cool, that's fine. But also don't be like, I don't know, I'm trying to be the best streamer ever. Yeah. And then it's just like, oh, now you're just like strangling homeless people because that's what it's gonna like, that's gonna get clicks and that's gonna get comments and that's gonna get views.
And I mean, it's not even real, but still it's like you stage the strangling of a homeless guy,
right?
It's really funny because I don't even think that's an extreme example. I could actually see that happening today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
See that. Just a streamer trying to go like the Logan Paul route, but just one up them.
Yeah. And it's like, so like, but like even with like jokes and shit, it's like, okay, cool. Like the Charlie Kirk thing, like I had a bunch of opinions on it. But I don't have like a Charlie Kirk joke because it's like, that's not going to age well,
right.
Like, when am I going to be, like, if somebody, like, great, fine, it's important to put that out. Everybody got a couple of laughs. Some people made a couple dollars off of it. Great, whatever. I mean, especially his fucking wife made so much money off of it.
Yeah.
But, like, it's stuff like that where it's like, okay, but, like, I don't need to, like, sit down and spend time to make, like, a good joke about this.
Yeah.
Because in, like, 6 months, some other person is going to get shot and killed. Like, so it's like, why don't we how about we do, like, a joke about political assassinations as an idea? So then you have an evergreen joke. So, like, when it's fucking Mitch McConnell or whoever the fuck, you slide that name in there. Oh, and then you can use them as like an example. And so many people are just like, this is the idea, I'm going to shoot it out. Instead of like, here's the idea, what's step 2?
Yeah, you're right. Because, I mean, I think, like, for one, the rule that I always think of with, like, political humor in general is you want to keep it as universal as possible, because as soon as you start telling an audience how they're supposed to feel about something, it doesn't even matter if they agree with you or not. You're just kind of like breaking this unspoken rule. I feel like you're doing this thing where now they feel like they have to agree. They feel like they can't just laugh. Like there's this weird, it's like a lecture almost now, whereas like a good political joke is just kind of talking about what's funny about the thing. Like this is just what's odd about this.
And I
This
do
is
a lot of like
thing.
political stuff, and
Yeah.
it's like one of those things that I'll tell, like, because I mean, I fucking spent 4 years outside of Milwaukee, Wisconsin. Like,
Yeah.
do you think the gigs that I'm doing in northern Wisconsin, where they don't have fucking street lights, you think that they want a well nuanced take on neoliberalism? Like, no. So like you have to like be like, it has to be approachable. Like, and I'll like do like the Milwaukee Improv, and like I'll do it. Like now I have jokes about like protests, like because I go to protests because I'm a good person. Like I do things like that, but I have jokes about it because they're very silly.
Yeah.
And like sometimes I'll know that some crowd's gonna be a little wonky about it, and I'll be like, look guys, this is going to be a political joke. If you voted for whoever I voted for, laugh because like we're not going to be allowed to soon. And like if you didn't vote for the people I voted for, laugh because you won. Like don't be a sore fucking winner. Like,
Yeah.
and like so you just have to like be like, hey man, I'm not gonna change your mind, and I understand that.
Yeah.
I wish you would, and like I'm gonna tell this to you in a way that makes you go, you know, I didn't really like that fucking tight pants wearing weirdo, like who like wants everything to be free. He actually made a semi decent point, and there's like the crack. That's
I mean,
where, like,
that's
the
why
water
Carlin
gets
is
him.
timeless, right? Because Carlin, he
gets co-opted by everybody.
Yeah, everybody, and he's so political, but you could take his words, and there's a sort of universality to a
Yes.
lot of what he's saying, to where if you're on the left, you're on the right, you
And you're
you agree
still
with him.
correct.
Yeah, and, you're right.
he's still right. And that's
Yeah.
kind of like, that's my thing with all, like my protest joke is like, how fucking silly is it? Like I was texting somebody, I was at the protest yesterday, fucking come get me, I guess. And like, I fucking was like texting a friend, and they were just like,
They
how's
just
it?
kicked down the door right
Yeah.
now. Whoa.
And I was like, and I just like texted them back, and I was like, it's been 2 hours. I don't think we fixed anything yet. Like
Yeah.
we've been we walked down Michigan Ave, and now I'm getting bored. Like I'm all for the fucking cause, but I'm just like, this is fucking boring after a while. Like when is anybody gonna set anything on fire? Like, and it's just like, this is like, it's so silly.
It might be more effective if you write a bit about it. You actually might be able to do more with your
Right.
bit.
And it's just like and it's kind of, and like the people who are like, if you tell political jokes, you lose 50% of the room. And it's like, not if you're good at it.
Exactly, I agree. And it's the same thing as edgy jokes, same thing as everything. It's like, you just have to understand, like, the joke is, it's not about saying the thing, it's about the idea behind it. It's about what's funny. It's about making everybody understand what the spark is in your mind. Like, why do you find this idea to be intriguing? It's not about getting to point Z and then justifying point Z. Like, oh, I want to tell everybody about why I hate this politician.
Yes.
That's not why you're talking about the thing.
Like you should be able to tell how I feel about the world without me having to tell you exactly how I feel about the world.
Yeah, and then because of
That's
that,
the
because
art
you're not quite
side of
saying
it.
it, that allows me as the audience to, maybe if I don't even disagree, maybe if I don't even agree with you, I can still follow you, and I can still, like you said, hear, oh, that guy had a point. Like, even though I don't agree with him, he did kind of he pointed out something that I can't unsee.
But then there's
You know?
also sometimes where you're like really feeling it, or you're bombing and you're like, whatever, they still aren't going to like this. So like I said, but like you're going to get like more people are going to hit it if it's at 95 versus 100.
Yeah.
But like if they're not hitting it at 95 and I'm like, do you know what? Fuck Donald Trump. Like I'll just like throw it, you know, like I'll just like, oh, you guys don't like this joke? Then let me just come right out and fucking say it. Like you're like, it's not like, you're
How does
not
that
even-
go for you, by the way?
You know,
Does it go well?
yeah.
I just wonder what the results are.
I mean, there's a reason why I'm here and not on fucking Rogan, okay? Like,
it's funny.
but like, it's, you know what I mean? It's like, and you're just like, and that's where it's like, like that's the fun part about stand up is like, as much as we want to like suck our own dicks about it being art, or like, if you're not treating it like an art, then you're kind of wasting your time. Like, yes, dick jokes are fun, but do you know what's a really good dick joke? Is like when you put a little artsy spin on it. And like, those are the ones that are even more fun because you're like, I see what you did there. You put the extra time into it. And then like, but also, you kind of have to have that fuck you into it as well.
Yeah.
Because like and that's almost where like comedy's gotten ruined a little bit, is people are tailoring to the algorithm because the algorithm feeds people what they want. So now instead of showing people something that's good and funny, you have to create something that they want to see already. And most people fucking suck. You know, like they're just like, they're looking for something to like scroll through.
Yeah.
And it's like, to get those numbers, you have to make something that's like gonna get in that scroll through.
Right, exactly. And like everything is about recontextualizing something. Like in the past, before you had like this scrolling mentality, it's like I can watch a full film, I can listen to a full comedy set, I can do all of that. Now it's like, how do I catch you in 3 seconds and get you to stay for 15? And how do I make it something you're familiar with so you're not going to leave?
Even
it's
like
all
they
these
talk
mind
about,
games.
like comedy specials, you have to put your best 15 up in the first 15 because that's where most people watch it. Like,
which is not the classic mentality.
No,
if
you watch like a good special, it's like you have to ease people. Like a good show, when you're in person, you have to ease people into it. You can't just like go straight into it.
Start with the closer,
right?
Yeah.
And I mean, if it's a good opener, like I'm terrible at writing openers, but like if it's like, some people say that like make your closer your opener, so then everything has to be up to that standard. And it's like, sure, but also like, your closer you earn.
Yeah, I agree with the latter more so. I think the closer's a closer for a reason.
Like, I mean, I understand like the point behind it of like, if you put that first, then everything has to live up to that, so you're writing better. Great, fine, I understand that. If that's how you have to do it, you have to do it. But like with my stuff, I often like, I have to like sometimes remember that like, oh, I'm coming into this and just like, they don't know anything about me. So if I'm just coming straight out talking about their favorite orange fucking guy, like they don't understand that I'm also from like a working class place.
Yeah, right.
I just like know how to read better. You know, like it's like they don't know that yet.
Yeah.
So if I just come right in hot and like you do that, and like, that's where it's a show. And like people forget that like it's a show, it's an experience, it's for the people in the room, not just catching some dickhead on their phone,
right,
and trying to snag them in the first 3 seconds, when you can just like, you dumb fucking bitch, is like how the fucking clip starts. And then you're like, well, now I'm gonna watch the 15 seconds to see how it got there.
Yeah. And to me, I mean, it's just that's so weird to me, because it's like, I think it's just the symptom you get of this whole idea of like followers and chasing followers and virality and all this. Like, what I've always loved about performing in music is I can lose myself in this moment in a way that is shared and it's like universally recognized. Like if you're a performer, and it's like the same thing as if a comedian's killing and they're riding a wave, it's the same feeling. Like to know that you can do that with the room.
Yes.
You can create that moment.
Yeah.
That is the most powerful thing you could possibly do.
Yeah.
And like, to me, that's just, it speaks to life. It speaks to everything. And that's really what you're doing. It's like almost like a form of hypnosis in a way, that when you can really
it's
create
literally
it.
magic.
Yes.
Yes. I was talking about it today with like a friend at work. Like, to make it comes up in your brain. You explain it to somebody in a way that they can understand the dumb shit thing that you have in your head.
Right.
And then sometimes they give you money for it. Like, it's literally like you're making money off of playing pretend.
Yeah. Right.
And it's like, and it's literally magic. You're making something like you're creating something out of nothing.
Exactly.
And then selling it as a good.
And so when I see this idea of like chasing followers and chasing this intangible thing, it's almost like I feel like they've lost the plot. Like I've heard you can ask kids nowadays, you know, you want followers, what do you want them for? And most kids will say, like, I don't know, just to have followers.
Yeah.
Which is such a strange thing to me, because like So you're just doing it to do what? Like, what's the point? Like, to me, the point is I want to share something with people, and I'm just forced into this world where I have to get these followers to get them to see it. That's how it works.
Well, like
whereas it's the opposite for them. They don't even have anything to share. They just want the followers. I can't even wrap my mind around it.
And like for comedy, you have to have like X amount of followers for a club to even look at you.
Exactly.
So there's at least some sort of like an end game to get it.
Yeah, but it's such a weird way to have to think about it, because that shouldn't be it. It should be, I'm in this room. How do I affect this room and create something? And then all that other stuff should just fall along the way, and that should just happen. It shouldn't be such an obsession with this thing.
Sure.
And when clubs do that, it makes you think you have to obsess with it. It makes you have to.
And it makes sense for them because they need to sell tickets. And if those people have a higher following, they might sell more tickets. But also, if you keep putting a product that isn't good just because you know it's going to sell tickets, people aren't going to keep coming back to that business.
Yeah.
Like, when's the last... I mean, like there's a few clubs that are like Hilarities in Cleveland or like Zanies. Like, you'll go see a showcase at Zanies because you trust what Zanies puts out. Versus, like, when's the last time somebody's like, I'm going to go to a comedy show? They're like, I'm going to go to a fucking Nate Bargatze show.
Yeah.
Like, people don't go, oh, I'm going to go to fucking the Funny Bone to go see comedy this weekend. Right. They're like, I'm going to go see this person. And, like, that's great because you have that, like, great use and, like, that great, like, they have the control over their name. But then, like, you also have to get that name before people will pay attention to it. Where all these people are getting all that attention and they're getting that name without having a good thing.
Right.
So then people will be like, well, this is the guy with the most followers. If he's bad at it, I just must not like this thing.
Exactly.
And it's like they spent that time getting followers, which great. It's a skill. Like, I'm not like completely shitting on it.
But it's not stand-up comedy.
Correct.
Yeah.
Like, you're great at getting followed. Maybe you should be somebody's fucking social media manager.
Yeah. I mean, well, in music, I mean, you see this where it's like, I forgot who the kid's name, but he ended up performing at the New Year's everything, and he was just really well known for this song. And this song's like a technical, hard song to sing, and it went viral on TikTok, and that was the first thing he ever really went viral for. And so then he's up here performing in front of these millions of people, and he just can't really sing the song all that well. And it's just, you almost feel bad for him.
Because he made it, and like, there's something cool about being able to just like make something in your bedroom.
Yeah.
But then like, you're like, there's a difference between like Olivia Rodrigo recording an album in like a room like this on like a fucking iMac or whatever.
Right, yeah.
And like still being a performer and able to go out and do it in front of people.
Yeah.
Versus some kid, and I'm glad that kid exists and he's able to like make that music, but like, also, hey, maybe say no to like doing like, hey, maybe I just wanted to make this song. Like, this is the, like, you have to know that that's the one good thing you have.
And just this like performance style. I feel like I just don't get it. I don't get this whole idea of like phoning in a performance in such a way, or not like giving it that whole, like, you can just tell that that's kind of what these people are doing. They're not really invested in it in the same way that somebody who feels like they have to write music.
But like, those
be.
are also like, and I open for people who are like TikTok people and Instagram reel people, and like the ones that I've worked with have been delightful and are like actually good comics. And I know like the ones that like, I know people who aren't, but like, though, you get those followers before, like, you're able to do those shows because of those followers. Those followers are like invested in you.
Right.
And I understand wanting to like see them in person, but like, if I was like, hey, this is my product and this is the thing, I don't want to like go and like make my followers, the people who gave me that opportunity, I don't want to give them something shitty.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Because following me's free. Coming out to see a show, that costs money.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you almost owe it to them to then give them something where they feel like they not only they saw you, but like you prove to them why they like you in the first place.
Yes.
Like I feel like that's what you're supposed to be doing. Like I should be justifying the fact that you came to see me.
Right.
I should make you feel like that was a night well spent, rather than just thinking, whatever the fuck, I'm just gonna get this over with.
Right.
Because they should. Yeah, that's the whole fucking point. That's what I'm saying. Like that's
Yeah.
the whole point. The whole thing is that's what the beauty of music, the beauty of art is. You can share it and you can create something. And so if I don't even understand this idea of like just making it to get people to stream it or whatever, like wouldn't you rather sing it in front of someone and make them like experience it with you? Wouldn't that be cool to have like a fucking 1,000 people and you can, that's the point of the song, not the one recording that you sell to everybody, to sing it. It's like a joke. Like a joke's never done. The point of the joke is to tell the joke and the people laugh.
Yes.
It's not to get the joke over with.
Right.
But it's like people think of it the whole fucking wrong way.
Yeah.
Just to get it out of the way and just get it over with. I can't. It's maddening to me because I think that's the majority of people. I think people just get things. They don't actually really like doing things a lot of time. Like I'll just learn like people just kind of think of it as a chore. And I love writing music. I really do. Like I love when I've made a thing and I can look at it and it's done. Like don't you love when you write a joke and it's like if you feel like it's just a good joke and it's such a good feeling.
Well, and here's the thing: people like what comedy or music brings them more than they like the thing itself.
Yeah, and you can't even blame them for it.
No, it's cool.
Yeah.
You get to be hot and on stage and get all the attention and like you're like you get all this, like you get these. It happens to me when I go to a new town and I'll see like a group of fucking comics standing outside smoking. I'll be like, those are the coolest fucking guys. When am I gonna? And I'm like, I do the same fucking thing they do.
Right.
And you're just like, everybody just looks so fucking cool, and everybody wants to look cool, but nobody like wants to earn the cool.
Yeah.
Do you know what's way cooler is being good at something?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, yeah, it's cool to like do the thing, but like being better at it than somebody else, and then like, and that's why I talk so much shit, so because it's like that almost makes me have to be better,
right?
Because it's like, do you know what's like doing this is cool? Do you know what's actually cooler? Being the best at it,
right?
You know what I mean? And it's like, and if I can't like live up to like what I'm trying to like saying what I'm doing, because there's a lot of people who talk shit and then can't fucking do this. And it's like, just stop. Like, go be the best at like whatever something else is. Like, find your thing that you actually love to do versus like the easiest thing that you can come in here and make a bunch of noise doing.
And that's a dilemma I have a lot of the time because I think the same way. I think like I would like to be the absolute best at what I do.
Sure.
That's the point of what I'm doing. And I've heard like, I mean, Kendrick Lamar is one of my favorite rappers. I've heard him say the same exact thing. Like if you should be rapping because you want to be the best, not because like it should be you versus you. And it shouldn't be this like, I want to be successful. You should want to be the best at doing the thing you're doing. Yeah. And I don't think that's for everybody.
But
that's the thing I have to remind
rules.
myself is that actually money rules. And that's not for everybody. Some people are just happy, just cruising and having a good time. And I think it's like where you aim at.
But
fine. In my mind, the best people of all time, the people who have accomplished the most things, they've been the most revolutionary, they've paved the way for art forms, and they've showed they've shined their light and showed that you can do certain things. They're always the people who just push the boundaries and believe in themselves way more than anybody else does. It's just a rule that's unbroken.
Well, but there's also nothing wrong with like if you want to just cruise and just like do it and hang out at open mics, cool, great. But like also don't like talk this whole fucking game. Like if you want to be the best open mic comic in fucking Chicago, Illinois, good on you. Like you want to host 3 or 4 open mics? We need you to host open mics. We need like those of us who actually want to be good at this. We need your dumbass to do that. I'm not like that's what I'm saying. Like I don't hate these people.
You need medics in warfare. You need medics for the soldiers.
But like you also need soldiers for those medics to fucking fix. You know what I mean? Like everybody's got their place, and it's like an ecosystem. So we need these people to suck and like need them to be delusional. But also like at the end of the day, you have to become self-aware at some point and just be like, hey, maybe I should just like open a comedy club instead of, and like not be a shitty ex-comic comedy club owner, like actually run a good one.
Yeah.
Like how many fucking I'm going to say Nathan Clemens, who owns and runs the Comedy Cabin. He's a guy who loves comedy. He's a comic himself, but like he's in fucking Janesville, Wisconsin. You're not, and he's got like a kid and shit, like not to give his entire life away, but like you're not going to just like blow up in the middle of nowhere, Wisconsin. But what you can do is run a club that's a fucking gem that is great for no reason.
Right.
Like Janesville fucking sucks. Like it's not, I mean, it's a nice place and people are cool, but like it's a nowhere town, and like he's got like top tier fucking people coming through there, and it's like, yes, he's paying people to do it and they're like doing it on their off nights and shit, but like they're gonna come back because he takes care of comics, he puts on great shows, and like the quality's gotta be there more than just somebody who's going to sell tickets. Now, obviously, you want somebody who's going to... It's a business. You got to sell tickets. But you can find somebody who's good that sells enough tickets to put at your place. So people are like, I'm going to go to the Comedy Cabin. I don't even give a fuck who's there because I know they're going to put on good shows. It's doable.
Yeah. And that's a better life for that guy than... not like there's more there than just continuing what is that guy doing now with like, because he doesn't own a comedy club, so what is it, just going to open mics in a place where there's not even really a scene type of thing,
right?
Yeah.
Like the guys that are like, do you know where needs a fucking open mic, is like they'll just like say some shithole time, and you're like they'll be fucking Fond du Lac, Wisconsin. These guys were like, nobody's coming out to the, and it's like 17 people live in this goddamn town.
Right, exactly.
Like they don't need an open mic.
Yeah.
Like there's 3 comics that live within a half hour of here.
Yeah.
Like they're not gonna want to come out and see
But
that.
if you had one hub, at least one, people would come to
Yes.
it. Yeah, right. And a lot of places do need that. Like they could just use a tiny little comedy makeover, and that would actually like save the whole area in a way.
If
yeah,
everybody
for sure.
was just like, guys,
Yeah.
I know, like if you just get you like, and like that's the crazy part about like the internet and like the hustle culture is like it works. And like sometimes it happens, and like those like from nothing to something dreams happen. So like you see it, and then everybody thinks that they can do it. When at some point you just need to be like, hey man, I don't know if this, I still love this thing.
Yeah.
And like, and that's fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with being self-aware.
Yeah.
Like, there's a reason why I'm not still fucking selling cars or like trying to be president. Like, at a certain point, you just have to be like, that's not for me, dog. Like, I still love it. I keep track. I like do it. Like, I love all that shit. You can keep track of it. You can be the biggest fan. You can be a supporter. You can like run a show locally, like every once in a while. But like, hey, maybe you don't need to hold a microphone.
Right.
Like, just maybe. Like, if you could just like think about it. If you could just be like, hey, maybe I should, just for 5 seconds, just ask yourself once, be like, should I be doing this?
Yeah.
And it's like, hey, is every single person who's ever told me I suck like right?
No, they can't be, dude.
I mean,
They're all wrong. I mean, I don't know. It's a tough thing because if I've seen people who are truly terrible, and I agree with everything you're saying, but the mom in me says, no, there's an angel. Like, just
and I mean,
keep
if
trying.
they're having fun, like I love bad comedy when it's somebody that you know is just like dicking around.
Yeah.
He's not like complaining about not getting bookings. He's not like,
right.
you know what I mean? Like, he's not in the fucking group chat being like, hey, do you guys have this booker's information? Like, he knows.
Yeah.
He's gonna go up there and do like some shitty fucking impression of Peter Griffin every week for the next fucking 7 years of his life.
Yeah.
And it's the thing that he looks forward to. And God bless him.
Yeah,
But
I
like,
love that guy.
also, don't ever come up to me and be like, hey man, do you have this guy's email? And not expect me to be like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, I wouldn't give you my cell phone number and I'm nobody. Like, why would I give you this guy that gives me $17 every 3 months to do this?
I'll say this much. I was first introduced into like the comedy scene for real in just October of last year. And so I've learned over time that it's not the type of thing where you just walk up to everybody and go, yeah, just come on my podcast. Just come on right over. Like, you can do that.
Sure.
but you probably shouldn't, because the people you meet at open mics, they're fun and they're a good hang, but like some of them
don't go to a second location with them.
Exactly. And like I just think back to
they're
like my
not
innocence.
Humans. Like it's like every once in a while, like, and it's fine. Like I'm a psycho too. You know what I mean? Like it's like I'm one of them.
I'm so entertained by people. Like that's my problem, is I really just genuinely I find people entertaining, and so I ask questions and I prod, and like it's really great in that setting. But like you said, like don't lure them to another. Don't invite them.
No.
Don't give them your number.
That's those people. That's where they live. They live in Michelle's in fucking Kent, Ohio. That's where that person. I don't know if he has a wife. I don't know if he has a house. I don't care. He lives there. That's what he's part of. But like, also be like a god. Like you're a human. Be like a person.
I preface all of the, or I should say, with all of that being said, that I love everybody. I have only love in my heart. And again, I love
we need
talking.
those people.
We need those people. I love them. They're the most entertaining ever. But like, I think what really taught me is the more and more you get burned by a couple of these people over, and like you're too nice, and then you're really nice, and then all of a sudden you just like some crazy shit happens with like so and so. Oh, guess what? The crazy person did something crazy.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, well, now I feel like I'm in this awkward situation because I've been nice to this person so much.
Yeah,
and like,
and it's just because you like watching them crash out. Like
exactly.
It's not even like, and it's become like you can call it a friendship, I guess. Like if that's what you want to call it, but like now it's gonna be weird if I don't give him a fist bump at fucking Harrigan's. You're like, and it's just like I just like watching this guy be terrible every week because it's just like, hey, he's still fucking doing it.
Yeah.
And it's a treat for me. And like now because he was like weird, I have to be like, fuck this guy. Like he already sucks at this and now he's like doing something shitty. Like you can only, like you can't do both.
It just, it's a bummer because you always knew there was something up. That's what made them fun.
Yeah.
That's what made them fun. So it's almost like you feel like you betrayed yourself in this way. Like, oh, I should have known better. Like, I'm an idiot. I'm such an idiot.
I should have known. Like, how many of these fucking people do I have to meet before I'm finally like, it's like dating. Like, it's honestly, like open mics is honestly like dating. Where you're just like, how many schizophrenics do I have to meet and like make them my best friend for like a year before it's just like, oh, this guy's just a psycho. He's not interesting. He's just a weirdo.
Yeah, like you realize the whole time, oh, it's not a bit. That's just him.
Yeah.
That's who he is.
And it just, like, because I've seen him for 5 minutes every day for 6 years, I'm just like, this guy fucking rules. And you're like, no, he's got bodies in his house. And you're like, yeah, but like, in my 5 minutes, he's cool. And then you just like have to be like, oh fuck, maybe like the real world isn't a fucking open mic.
Yeah, because that's like what's so funny about this to me too is like I feel like people who've never like, you know, not comedians or just a casual audience who's never sat in on an open mic, you don't really understand the insanity that you actually might see sometimes. Like, I remember one time I saw a guy just go up there and just do this like religious tirade, like saying like, fuck Jesus, fuck everybody, fuck all of this. Like, it was almost like he was doing slam poetry.
You could have said that you hated my act. You didn't have to do it this way.
He was just, and the whole time beforehand at the mic, he was just sitting there on his phone, and like a couple people, like, he wasn't like being loud or anything, but he was obviously on the phone with somebody, like his girlfriend or someone, like he was, and so they made fun of him a couple of times, and I'm just thinking, oh, this was just some weird dude.
Yeah.
And then the dude just goes up there and just monologues, makes everybody uncomfortable, and leaves. Like, he just left right after his set. And it was that's an open mic experience. It's just one of those things. It's the kind of guy where I was like, oh, I'm really interested in him, and I would actually like to see more, but I also don't want to be around him at all.
No.
I remember afterwards, it was Red Room, and the lady who runs Red Room, I saw her, I think it was on Facebook, I don't know where it was, but he had emailed her asking for his set, and then when she said, we don't record the sets for the open mic, he's like, oh, fuck you, bitch, da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, that's him! That's the guy!
But see, that's where he's trying to put clips out.
Yeah, right. It was for clips. You're right.
That's the exact line of like, if that guy was just the crazy guy who yells at the mic, you're like, this guy fucking rules. But now he wants to put that clip out.
You're so right. He was thinking it was like a stunt. he's such an idiot because all he had to do is bring a camera. What an idiot! Because like literally, it would have been a stunt if you just brought your own camera.
Or he thinks it's good.
Maybe he's
like, or he thinks it's good, and he's never had that moment where he's like, "Hey, man, is it like."
His monologue didn't, like, it never occurred to him his monologue doesn't work.
Like, I've been at this for 3 years and haven't heard, like, I've heard one person cackling in the background because they love how terrible this is.
I remember talking to a guy once who was telling me, like, he had a Kaufman phase where he just would do, like, random, stupid troll shit at mics, and, like, he was just describing to me how he would just piss people off. Like, he would go on stage and he would ask somebody to hand him a sandwich and then just spend his time on stage eating a sandwich. Like, things like this, cool. Where it's just, or he would bring a speaker, like his own mic, and plug in.
That's
put it
funny.
Over. It's funny in concept, but
sure.
I think he did not nail the execution.
Sure.
The problem.
I mean,
maybe he just didn't have the personality for it.
I did that yeah, that's very. But like at Roger's Tap Room, there were like 2 people, and like the way that the room set up, like the comics were like sitting straight in front of where like the mic was, and then there were like 2 normal people sitting to like the back left of you.
Yeah.
So when I went up, I moved the speaker and faced it towards those people. Because I was like, I don't give a fuck what these people think about this. I've got 2 real people in front of me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell them jokes. Right. And like, so it's like on like already you're like you're doing like the Kaufman, like I'm making fun of this weird situation that we've all signed up to do.
Yeah.
And pointing out how fucking silly it is just by moving this to the real people. But then also like, then I have to try because like if I do that and then eat dicks, then you're just like an asshole.
Yeah, and I do like the idea of putting yourself in this shitty situation and working your way out of it. I do like that. I just think most people can't pull it off.
No, and half the time I can't either. And it's like, but I mean, like if you're whatever, I probably more than half. But like you know what I mean? It's like you can't. Like it's fun because you're just like. Like, I went up at, like, an open mic the other week. This guy completely killed the room. And we got to stop doing this at some point. Like, this guy killed the room. And I went up to the host, and I was like, I know that, like, every bone in your body wants you to, like, readjust this room and try to bring it back. Just bring me up cold. Don't say anything. Just bring me up. I promise you. I'll bring... And, like, I went up there, and I was like, hey, guys, it's not often that I'm not the biggest bummer on a show, so I just wanted to come up in this moment and just like instantly got a laugh on it because it's like anything that I say now is like going to go well because it's just like, hey, I pointed it out. Like a host is gonna go up there and try to yuck their way through it, and then just kind of like it's gonna stink weird, and then like everybody's gonna have to deal with it. But if you go up there in the hole and you're like, hey guys, we're all in a hole right now. Can we all like recognize that? Cool. Now let's fucking go. And it's just like
that is a funny idea. Like I'm thinking other things you could say, like one-liners. Like after he introduces you cold, hey guys, so me and him were out last night.
Sure.
And he actually loaned me a lot of money at the casino. It's a crazy story.
Yeah, and it's just like, but it was like, and I was like, hey, I'm usually like. I'm so psyched I'm not going to be the biggest bummer on the show tonight because I was going to tell jokes about my breakup. So like, I'm so glad that this guy showed you what actually sad is. This is me trying to make it funny. Like, and just like pointing that out, just like it brought like an air back to the room of like, yeah, man, like, and it's like, I like doing that. I like a cold room because it's like, I trust myself to like put the right lilt into it.
Yeah, Nick Emeka, or is it Emeka? How the fuck do you pronounce it?
I think it's Emeka.
Emeka. So Nick, I was talking to him, and yeah, it was just he's good at doing it. So it's fun. He's saying it, and it would be a pretentious thing to say if he wasn't proving it when he's on stage.
Yes.
But he's very good at creating tension.
Yes.
And like he was saying how. To him, that's what a lot of being on stage is about, is making people uncomfortable and creating that tension because then he can break it.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all about that ebb and flow of breaking that tension.
And that's where you need like a take my wife, haha, please. Like, but I'm like, you need something simple and like corny and hacky like that because like without that, you don't have the fucking I'm gonna sit here and just stare at you and scream about having a frog fight club or whatever the fuck.
Right.
Like that doesn't work without this other side of like the fight. Like there's no darkness or like there's no light without darkness kind of deal. So like you need that aspect of it, but like to think that hard into it and then like to put that whole like persona on and then to write to the level of how weird that persona is so much harder than just like writing a joke.
I actually think it's like easier done than said. It's one of those things that you could explain it and you could do all these things and try it, but you really just have to go through the process of doing it over and over again
and
like
finding exactly where the fucking thing is, or like he would say this word, not this word, or like what's something that's like this but like a little bit dumber. Like it's stuff like that. And like so you just have to like find that perfect like and that's it's the puzzle you'll never solve, man.
Yeah, but that's the fun part, right? That's the beautiful part, is that it's never over. You're just always Sisyphus,
like
writing
this
a rap,
podcast,
writing
it's
a joke.
never over.
It is never over, but it is now, folks.
Yes, here we go.
There it is.
Oh fuck! I didn't realize it was this late. Yeah,
I don't know what time. It's probably what, like midnight.
It's 11:20.
Okay, so that's actually because about what time I thought it was. When you said that to me, I was like, shit, is it like 40 minutes later than I thought it was? Because I'm telling you, I feel like my time brain is not bad. I try to count in my brain sometimes. I'm not too bad at it, not gonna lie. Another thing I'm not too bad at is I can guess the temperature pretty good sometimes. Like, have you ever been outside and like just thought, I bet the temperature is this, and then like looked at the temperature? I've done it a couple times and I was like, holy shit, dude, I was exactly right. Like, you've never done that?
And that's a perfect episode of a podcast.
I feel like everyone's done that at least once. At the very end of the show, what I like to do is, one, you got a message for the children, something you want to send them home with. We've proved that we're philosophical geniuses.
Sure.
We have so much wisdom within us, and so you've definitely got one little nugget of knowledge, an actionable piece that they can use. They can put it in their life. They can make their life better, and as soon as they get off the school bus, their life's going to change because you gave them this piece of information. So you do that, and also second, they've spent all this time with you. They might as well have the social medias where they can find you, maybe your next show, all of this. This episode comes out probably like 2 to 3 weeks from now, so just keep that in mind, I guess.
Sure.
The floor is yours, sir.
Find what you like to do and do it, and don't be embarrassed about what other people think. Eventually they'll all just like be working at gas stations or something, and if you get to do cool shit with your life, so just be happy about that. My dates, at Ray Roberts Comedy on everything. You'll find it wherever. But really, like, find what you're good at. I think that's like a big problem in the world right now, is like people are so afraid to try the thing that they want to try. Like, they don't want to go out on the ledge and look stupid. So then they get bitter and hateful and then like take that out on other people. So try new things and be cool and have fun. Copper Comedy in Milwaukee on the 25th of October. There's stuff before that. Don't be weird about it. November 12th, Small World in Chicago. I'm in La Crosse at the end of November. And then I'm headlining Laugh It Off in Crystal Lake at the end of November. So, I don't know. In 3 weeks, I don't know where to start. But there'll be more stuff. Ray Roberts Comedy on everything.
Ray Roberts Comedy. RR. You know what else is RR, folks? I'll tell you what it is. Thank you so much for being here on Ruse Radio. Clocking out.
Double down, competition couldn't help him to rock. Missed the whole time. Holy felt